Hello guys, welcome to Platinum 3, or 1, Platinum 1, Zerg. Making our way to Diamond 3. You guys know how it is. You guys know how it is. You know how it be. No worries. So, everything we've been doing before is going to continue to happen. All the methods we've been talking about. We're still not really going to micro there, but there is one thing I'm going to add in now. So we're not doing mid-fight micro and in the mid game and the late game and stuff like that. But we are still going to do pre-fight micro. We'll have our army like spread out and stuff like that. But we're also going to do one more thing, and I'll tell you in just a second.
Vibe, you thanks so much for B2GM, you sexy bitch. Oh. Now go kill some micro mics for me.
Thank you very much, Scottish Bob. Thank you, dude, for the 100 biddies. The one thing we're going to add to our playstyle now, though, is we're actually going to micro drones. So any type of a situation that attacks it. So like we're talking early game. This is before we have an army. If we get all in and we have to use our drones, I will micro my drones now. Also in the mid game and the late game, if our opponents attack our drones, I'll show you ways you can defend your drones. Because now at this point, you know, we're ideally having decent amounts of defensive capabilities here with our multitask, or not. We're not multitasking really, but with our macro is what I mean. Decent amounts of upkeep of our macro. So now let's start adding in a little bit of worker micro-ola to keep ourselves safe in the early game. So kind of just keeping an eye on that probe, right? Making sure this dude never disappears in the fog of war for too long. And this overlord's still kind of chilling near the hatchery.
2 months Subarino.
We want to make
Vibu
sure
happy.
This isn't, you know, we're not getting canvas or some shit by a second probe or something. Yo, thank you very much for the 213 sub, Datboy Treble, and thank you for the 100 biddies. Yum, Mr. You're Yum.
I can't tell you how, but please take a good care of your health.
Thank you very much, You're Yum. I'll try. Pretty bad at it though. I always feel sick. All right, so we're pushing. We're going in with the Overlord. We're checking him out. He's got an expansion, so that's a good sign already. It means we're not really having to worry about anything. The expansion is definitely a good sign for us to not have to make Spinecrawler. Oh, Stargate. Okay. So it's a Stargate, guys. We don't got to worry about nothing. We don't got to worry about nothing. So now if we're going to break it down, what does the Stargate mean? I'm going to teach you guys a cool trick right now, okay? Get ready for a really cool trick. This is going to blow some... I know there's someone out there that knows what I'm about to say, but there's someone out there that doesn't. And for the people who don't, get ready to have your mind blown. So a Stargate is unique in StarCraft 2 because it's the only building you can tell what's being made in it before it comes out of the Stargate. And how can you tell? You can see the animation of the unit inside the Stargate, in the middle of the Stargate. So let's see what he builds. I'm also macroing still at the same time. I'm not skipping the macro at all. We're going to go back to our base and inject again really fast.
Sorry you're suffering, but what you're doing is super appreciated.
Yo, Hasana, thank you very much for the 74. Oh my god, bro. Much love. I'm glad I know, obviously I'm glad you guys like it. Hell yeah. Thank you, thank you. Let's take a look at our Overlord again. Okay, so he's choosing to wait. He's making a Void Ray. You see that? He made it right after the fucking Overlord died, but he doesn't realize that the Overlord has about 2 seconds of vision after the Overlord dies. So I bamboozled him. He got bamboozled. So we can tell that's a Void Ray. You can clearly see that is a Void Ray. A Void Ray has a long banana body. An Oracle is more of like a circle, and a Phoenix is more of like a pointy semicircle. You can once you get a little bit more comfortable with it, you can clearly see which is which, and you know, which one's what. But now that we know we're up against Void Rays, and it's a 2-base Protoss with voids, it's not a big deal. Doesn't mean we have to go crazy and do a whole bunch of stuff now. It just means that if we have a couple queens kind of guard my third, our third should be just fine. And there's the Void Ray, right? Oh my god, he's got a Void Ray. How did I know that? I saw it in the Stargate. Ooh, baby. Okay, so let's go ahead and make our spore, or not make our spores. I was about to talk about spores, but we don't want to make those. Let's make our drones. And spread our creep. Okay, so he's killed our creep, right? Get out of here. Get out. Get out of here. Let's make a couple roaches because our roach warren is done. We need to make roaches as well. We can make another couple creep tumors. Okay, now he's attacking this base. Let's go get him off the base with our queens. So our queens can come over here and just attack towards the void. Get out of here, bro. We don't like your void ray kind in this area. Get out. Keep injecting our bases. And let's grab a drone now and make like a hydra den. And grab another drone and make like an evo chamber. And grab another drone and make like our last gas. The reason why we're doing all of this is because we have a lot of drones on our third base now. And now we are even able to inject it because it's done. So we're definitely going to have a lot of economy to work with here in a second. We still have our safety roaches, right? In case this guy also, like this right here. What if he attacks me with some shit right now? Who knows? Let's grab our drones and have them come help. Let's make new queens. Okay, if he runs off the creep, we'll just go back to creep. It's okay. It's all good. So here's what we're going to do now. Check this out. Grab my queens. Bring them over. I just made 3 new queens. Our hydras are not ready yet. I haven't been able to make any hydras yet, so we're waiting on that. So queens are coming over here to help, and now we have a bunch of roaches. And now we can, if this guy keeps being super aggressive, we can start making hydras. But look at all the roaches and queens we have now. We should be okay. So he's on the runaway, right? He's leaving our base. He's totally not staying, and the void ray actually is going to die. I think he kind of misinterpreted what was going on there. So let's bring our army. Take our army and just go right-click back here. Come back, guys. Go back to making drones. Now that we're fully saturated, let's take another base. So again, we made queens because we didn't have access to hydras yet. Let's put a roach on the other side here so we can launch a creep tumor over there. Okay, he's back again, so let's go ahead and move him again. This guy likes to attack a lot. But look at my drone count. We're actually at an ideal drone count now. Keep injecting our hatcheries. Saturate our gases properly. And now we can make hydras to 120. So we didn't get caught in the mid game all fucking around doing all this weird stuff. You know, wasting a bunch of time. And you can see he is pushing. He's definitely aggressive. But if he ends up pushing really hard on us, it's okay. We can just fall back. And we have choices. We can either wait for hydras or we can sack the base. And if our hydras aren't even out yet, how about we just sack the base? It's okay. Not a big deal. A lot of people would freak out right now. It's not time to freak out. Our opponent is playing ridiculously aggressive. Let's just take our gases here and take another base. Keep making hydras. He ran away. It's fine. We'll, you know, he's in the area though, so we'll play it a little bit safe still. But he legit ran away. Okay, he's still there. What's up, dude? Okay, and yeah. Now we have a good amount of hydras. We can go back to making roaches, mainly because our opponent has what's it called? A ground army. It's okay. Don't freak out. Do not freak out. It's not time to freak out, guys. And now we have a good army, and we lost some drones. So we lost a couple drones that were running away and shit. So let's make a few more. And now that we have this army, this is like the army that we would have had to go to 120 supply either way, with the hydras and roaches. So this is where you gotta understand the concept of now how to drone again. We have enough units now to keep us safe. We're still injecting all that jazz, but now we can go ahead and throw out another expansion, and we can defend our base here if he attacks us. But there's a very good chance now we could act. Okay, well if he's gonna attack, then we can make units if we need to. But if he runs away, we can make drones. Like look how he's running away, right? He's leaving. So let's make drones really fast. One quick wave of drones. We want to go to 85. Looking for 85 drones. Let's also start upgrades for 2-2. Get another building. Grab my units, put them back together again. Just don't get caught in a situation like right here, for what we're in right now, where you're like panicking and you're just making mass units and you're just like never, you know, fixing your economy. So this guy is disrupting our economy a lot this game, but at the same time, he's disrupting his own economy even more. He's disrupting his own economy even more. He's being super aggressive, and we keep trying to hit our thresholds with our like little checkpoints that we have, whenever we can. And if we feel intimidated, like if he just doesn't stop pushing, then we can definitely stick to units and make units to defend myself like we did with the roaches earlier. But as soon as he leaves, we just go back into droning. Because we know that he doesn't feel confident to kill us. Okay. And then there are actually DTs right there. I don't know if you guys can see those. Now we know they're there, so let's go ahead and make some overseers. Let's make spore spine at every base. Spore spine. Spore spine. Spore spine. Put 3 drones on each one of these gases. How many drones do we have in total? We're back down to 77. Let's go ahead and try and save this base if we can, and we'll make drones to fix this base too, to fix our economy. And we're good to go. Now we can go into a hive and keep spreading our creep. Where, oh, he's attacking, right? Oh god, he's attacking. Oh no. Make hydras and roaches. It's okay. This guy is super aggro. This guy is what you call a big fat aggro boy. Okay, he's attacking this base, so now let's go help it. Go move the base. Rally point all my units to like help my army in the fight. Yeah, we can also run our drones away for a second, if possible. Run our drones to the right or some shit. And we can right click the mineral line as well to get out of there. And look at this fight. We're demolishing the Protoss in this fight. Protoss is getting manhandled. So we're winning this fight a lot. Let's go ahead and make drones again. Because he killed a lot of drones there. What's going on over here? More DTs are killing more drones. So let's go ahead and send our army back. Go back over this way with our army. What's going on here? Right? There's DTs running into my base over here. It's all, we have hydras that are popping out and shit. It's all good. Injector hatcheries. Injector hatcheries. Injector hatcheries. We can get another queen to keep, because queens keep dying. So let's fix our creep and let's get another queen to also inject the hatcheries eventually. Spread our creep. Excuse me. Spread our creep. We need creep there, and we have no creep here. We also need a spine here. Maybe like a second spine. Okay, drone count is currently 86. We're looking super good again. Okay, let's go ahead and get three upgrades because we're hive. Let's get a lurker den as well because we're also on hive and we need to do that building. Let's get a couple spore spine here. Fix the drones that we made out of it. And now we're back to 85 drones again. Get some creep with this queen and just go back to making roaches and hydras.
We require more minerals.
That's what we can make. Creep, 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 and then bring our queen down here now, and let's get creep in this area because this area is pretty bad. So let's get a creep tumor going like this way and get a creep tumor going like this way. This side of the map is pretty sparse. Okay, now he's pushing again, right? Oh no, he's pushing, guys. Oh my god, I'm freak out. Oh my fucking god, what do I do? Let's make a couple more spines in the main and natural, just because let's put 2 spines per base at this point. But 1 more spine here as well. Cool. And we're looking great. There's the last spine right there. Okay, fix the drones that we made out of it. And now let's get our units going forward. Spawn some more creep. Do another wave of creep. And I just saw DTs on the screen. I don't know if you guys just saw that, but there are DTs running right to my army right there. Once you guys get really good eyeballs, you'll be able to notice that kind of shit. We can talk about that too this game in the replay. About how the fuck I just saw that before I even saw that. It's a way you can train your eyes to play StarCraft. Okay, and now we're looking for his bases with changelings, and okay, there's just pylons over there. So he's got an army there. Let's go ahead and right-click the open area, and let's move towards him. Okay, he's running away. So if he runs away, we don't have to take the fight into a choke point. Let's go like this. Right-click here, green box a chunk of my army. Right-click back here. Now move it right here. Shift, move, move, move. Grab a couple overseers, have them follow some hydras or a hydra or something. And then remake units in the process while we inject our hatcheries. Inject our hatcheries. Inject our hatcheries. Make a round of roaches. Make a round of hydras. We're already maxed again. Fix our gases over here. And let's take another base again because we're going to get really super saturated really fast. Let's also add some static D to it just in case DTs come over here. Make a few drones to replace what just died. And so on and so on. Hell yeah. So this guy was extra aggressive, and we managed to weather the storm and, push him back until ultimately we killed him. That was perfect. That was a nice game. That was really good. Good job, us. Okay, so let's talk about this really fast. So yeah, a cool thing to know about the Overlord. Okay, this is a cool thing to know about the Overlord. The Overlord is a flying unit. And it scouts really well. Just like it did right here. We scouted and saw a Stargate. No. Vibe, are you still going Roach Hydra every game? Yes. Because we're in Platinum League. Our Overlord is chilling in the base. We're looking for what's going on in the Protoss' base. We see he expanded, and we also see he opened up Stargate, right? So this guy, I'm going to just let you in on a little fact here, a little factoid. Anybody who rushes a Stargate like this guy did and then does not use it for a long time is 100% concerned about the fact that you see what he's doing. He's concerned about it. And he doesn't want you to know what he's doing. But this sucks ass for Protoss. And why does it suck ass for Protoss? Because there is so much potential here that could be happening with this Stargate, but it's not happening, right? It's just sitting there for like a solid like 30 seconds, just not building a single thing. This sucks ass for Protoss. No one wants to rush tech and then be like, ah shit, now I can't use it. So he's sitting here waiting. Now, we didn't let our Overlord get pushed down to the corner and then just die. We didn't let our Overlord get pushed all the way down to here and then die to the Stalker. We also didn't leave our Overlord here either on hold position, so it could also then die to the Stalker. Either way, this Overlord is going to die to the Stalker, okay? There's no way an Overlord in the middle of the base without move speed is going to be able to get out of his base before it dies. There's no way that's ever going to happen. If I started running away right now, I would get to about there and I would die. And the funny thing is for my Overlord to be out of his base for real, I would have to be about like right there. It's like a full screen length away from where I just marked. And the reason why we'd have to be like right there is because if my Overlord was like right here and a Stalker was like right here, this would like just barely be out of range. It would like barely probably like get out with its life like right about there. It would just start, you know, from anywhere over here it would be safe. So yeah, it's not going to live. There's no fucking way. So, and again, I don't want to leave it here either. And the reason why I don't want to leave it here is because do you see how there's a vision radius like that of the Overlord? Do you see that vision radius? It's a big white revealed area from this Overlord. I just want you guys to know that that shrinks by about like 2/3 when the Overlord dies. But like I said before, the Overlord doesn't fully lose its vision. So the vision radius of the Overlord shrinks by like 2/3. And then that lasts for like 2 seconds, and then it finally goes away. It's like the Overlord is like, as it's dying, it like can barely see a little bit, and then it finally dies. So what we're going to do is we're going to move our Overlord now closer to the Stargate because it's going to give me vision radius of the shrunk vision net that I get, and you'll see it right here in just a second. Don't watch the Stargate. Watch the ring of vision around the Overlord. Watch like over here, for instance. Watch where the green box is. Watch like the edge of the probes and stuff like that. And watch it shrink when the Overlord dies. So the Overlord's about to die. And here we go. The vision is going to shrink dramatically, but it's going to still... I'm over the Stargate, so I can still see the Stargate. And watch the vision shrink. So... Okay, it's hard to read it because it doesn't actually have like a lit circle here either. But okay, I couldn't remember if it did or didn't have that, but we can clearly see a void ray start here, which means there's a couple seconds of vision after. But notice the way you can tell is, here's an example. It's a little bit harder to realize how the vision circle works, but look at this. Look at the probes. Watch the probes. Watch the probes. Watch the probes. Watch the probes. And where'd the probes go? How come we can still see the Stalker? Like, the Overlord can see around, and notice how as well. Here's another cool example. In my vision, this is my vision of the game, right? But if I try to click the Nexus, notice how nothing happens. If I try to click the gas, notice how nothing happens. If I try to click the gas, notice how nothing happens. But if I try to click the pylon and the Stargate, notice how they get surrounded. Like, they actually have a clickable thing. Notice how I can select the Stalker. It's because there is a vision net that is smaller around the Overlord now instead of how big it was originally. It is a smaller vision net. And that's why, even though this is my vision, I can see a fucking unit start in the Stargate right now. And now, say the Stalker disappears. And see how the Void Ray stops being luminescent for a second? There's like a 2-second death window of seeing shit after you die. So he showed me what he thought he hit the scout, but he didn't. I still saw the fucking Stargate. As to what it was going to build. Okay, and then now I know what he's doing with his build. Now I know what he's doing. And it's all because of where I put my Overlord when it died. If my Overlord died over here, I would have seen nothing. I would have been like, I don't fucking know what's going on. I have no idea. I don't know what you're doing. But because it died here, I saw everything. And I know it's a Void Ray. And again, like I said before, you can see what unit makes in the Stargate, right? You can see it's a Void Ray because it literally looks like a Void Ray. And it's always an outline of the Void Ray too. So like if you look at the graphic of the Void Ray, look at the graphic of an Oracle, look at the graphic of a Phoenix. Like I said before, a Phoenix is like a semicircle, like a crescent moon shape with a point in the middle. It's almost like it's like a trident almost. It's like 3-pronged point. An Oracle is like a big fat blob, like a circle. It's just a big circle, and it has points as well that come out of it. And another way to tell the difference of an Oracle and a Phoenix is a Phoenix has 3 points, an Oracle only has 2, and a Void Ray only has like Void Ray is just a big long banana. It's much easier to see a Void Ray. But yeah, once you play it a bit more, you'll start to really get comfortable with like identifying what unit is what. But just now, for 1 second, look at the Stargate where the green box is, in the very middle of the Stargate, and you can see the outline go like left and right on the Void Ray. It goes to like the tip of it, and then it goes to the end of it, and then it goes back to the tip of the Void Ray, and then back to the end of the Void Ray. It literally like does like a hologram back and forth of the Void Ray's body. So you can see that little white and blue coloration right there in the middle. It's going to like be a holographic Void Ray in the middle.
Hello, Pappy Vibe.
Yo, Crack Furtado, thank you very much for this. 13 months, dude. Much love. See how it's like holographing a Void Ray in there? And then obviously Overlord's dead, so we couldn't see it for very long, but we know it's a Void Ray. Okay. So, all good. All good. And then he confirms the Void Ray by killing an Overlord. It's all good. We already knew that was coming. And now we just have a couple queens. We have our Injector for our third and our Creep Spreader queen that are over here trying to stop this. But look at the Protoss, okay? He actually lost the Void Ray too. Look at the Protoss. This is when he is doing Stalker pressure. And look at the economy. Look at this economy and look at the Stalker pressure, right? The Protoss, with this, has no intentions of taking a third base, guys. He is doing aggression right now. And behind this aggression, he's not only made Stargate for the initial part, Robo, and now he's also making a fucking council. This is a Protoss player who's going to have a very delayed economy with very high amounts of aggression. Like, this dude is all about the aggro. So what do? We just make roaches. We already have our safety roaches, and we just make more when he's aggressive because he's doing these attacks before I'm ready, right? And then he killed my queen, so what did I do as well? All I did, because he killed my queens with these stalkers, and we didn't micro anything, I just pulled my other queens off my hatcheries, and I injected first and then pulled the queens off, and then I made a whole new round of queens. So now I have queens again at this base, and these bases are still being injected, and by the time a new queen spawns, a queen will pop out and inject the hatchery all over again, and I won't miss any injects. And now we're just making roaches because he's being aggressive. And again, our roaches are kind of aggroing towards him, and then we end up telling our roaches to just come home, stop chasing, because they're just kind of running to die, essentially. And the Protoss gets aggressive once again. And now, once again, look at the drone count. Look at the base count of Protoss. No third. He's just now starting one. But this is putting a lot of pressure on the Protoss now to get something done, because these stalkers are not doing enough yet, really, to justify why they're here. And I'm going to start running away with this game if something doesn't happen really soon for the Protoss. So you notice, I am trying to make, every time I feel confident, I made drones. Every time I felt like whenever he pushed our base, we like, oh, we have enough roaches. We can A-move that and we'll be okay. We make drones now. And then if the Protoss has a lot of shit and I'm like, okay, I'm kind of low on roaches, we just hold back, make more roaches, and just wait. And then eventually, when I have enough roaches, I'll just go for it. It's just being patient. But it's also not being overly, what's the word I'm trying to use here? You're not being like overly paranoid. Because he's poking us, he's poking us, he's poking us. Another thing that's really important to know, okay, is that these stalkers would be a lot more intimidating if he actually would have opened up Council first. And he actually would have opened up Blink first. Now, if this guy was going for like a Blink Stalker all in, that's totally different than what he did this game. This guy showed us a Void Ray early game. He showed us he opened Stargate. So if he wants to go mass stalkers behind a Stargate, it's going to be a somewhat weak stalker follow-up, which is not that threatening, which makes us feel like we can saturate our third base. Because the only base that's going to be under siege trying to be saturated is our third base. Before he gets to our base, 100%, we're going to have our natural and our main saturated. That is guaranteed. Our third base is the only base that's going to have like fall into an attack, basically. So, all we did was we made roaches whenever he attacked us. That's all. I did not make roaches as a prediction. I did not do blah, 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 whatever. I just made 6 to 8 roaches. It was 6 this game for the safety roaches we always make. And then every time he attacked us, I made more roaches. It's like, oh, he's attacking again. Okay, let's make another wave of roaches. And then he runs away. And when he runs away, I make drones. And then look what happens. He actually, like, I didn't know immortals were here, by the way. I didn't even, like, our roaches were up here and they just died. And they died because the immortals were here. If it was just stalkers without blink, we probably would have won that fight. But because of this immortal, it changes a lot of the fight. Immortals are amazing against roaches. So we actually ended up overall losing that fight. But look at this. Even though I just lost all those units, I'm still ahead. I'm still ahead. It's actually not that big of a deal. And then at the end of the day as well, like this is again the judgment call, right? Where I was like, well, do we want to stay here and die? Or...
Hope the stream is good tonight, working late tonight.
Yo, thank you, Doug, for the bits. It's going great. Thank you, dude. This was like a judgment call, right? Where it's like, okay, well, what do we want to do? Can I beat this right now? Do I want to just only send my drones at that? Maybe not the best idea to just send drones to go die against that, because that's kind of a decent amount of supply of units. That's 6 stalkers and an immortal. That's not like flimsy. That's definitely also they can kite my drones. So all we decided to do was we went, okay, well, we actually maybe made a mistake with how our roaches got used there, so they died, which is okay. So we can just transfer drones to the next base I was making anyways. And I'll re-expand now again because it'll replace what this base should have been, my 4th base, essentially. And I'll just make hydras. And by the time he kills this base, I'll have a wave of hydras that can defend myself. Which is exactly what happens. And he actually gets paranoid because I was moving my drones and he wanted to regroup with his other immortal and other stalkers, which would have been even worse of an idea if we would have attacked that with our drones. Because, again, we had no units to back our drones up with. But now, look, he kills our base. He kills our base, right? And would you believe it? After he killed our base, we're 40 supply ahead. We're exploding. And how are we exploding? Because we have a decent, or we had a decent drone count. We just lost some more drones. We've lost 8 drones now in total. But now look what he does. He backs up. So because he backs up, what do? We can go back into making drones again. If he just runs away, just make fucking drones. You don't have, like, making drones isn't going to be a long thing to do. It's very quick, actually. Like, you can get in and out of the drone phase super fast for Zerg. And as long as you understand, if your opponent is wasting time and not being aggressive and you squeeze drones out, your chances of winning the game go up. Because once you get into that phase of a good drone count and you're making units as fast as possible off of a high economy, you can actually outproduce your opponent, which is why right now, even though we're the ones who took a lot of damage, I'm the one who took more damage than Protoss, and I also lost my expansion just now. I'm still ahead by 40 supply. So look, I'm making drones again, right? We're making drones. He's not here, and we're still in the drone phase because we want to make drones. We're making drones. And just before he arrived, I made more drones. But then we're like, oh, he's here. What? Oh, God, he's here now. What are we going to do? This, again, is now a judgment call for you to go, is he going to take the fight? And is he going to start killing my army? Is it going to be a real fight where we're going to trade units? And if that starts happening, I probably should make units again. Or is he going to run away? And if he runs away, you're more than welcome to make drones again. Because he's afraid of you. So, we make drones again. He's regrouping himself. He's giving you time to get away with more larvae. So he ran away. And this is just going to extend our supply lead even further because now we're doing droning, or droning off of an even, or we're making units basically off of an even better economy. And he's not here anymore. So we could even, if we wanted to, make another round of drones. He's not here. Because again, look at the drones. We are just trying to get to the ideal saturation as fast as possible. And now look at what happens here. Now look at the drone count. We're basically there, right? We're at the ideal amount of economy. Now we're at full power. Drones don't happen anymore now. Now we go full powered units. And now the supply is going to skyrocket to max supply super fast. Because we're done droning. And we just made... Oh, this is when he actually attacks us with Dark Templars. So he actually killed more drones again. And we have to make static D. Yeah, he's all over my drones with fucking DTs. And this is when he hit my base over here, right? So, it is what it is, right? That was a little annoying. But ultimately, when he decided to take the fight, while we were taking that fight, we were making units. Because he chose to take the fight, guys, look at the units right now. I just hit the ideal drone count. I just hit the ideal drone count, and then DTs come over here and start killing all my fucking drones. And it's annoying. So my drone count was ideal, and then it went down. And then on top of that, so that's why I was making these first units, because my drone count was ideal. And then he pushes my base, and he does not decide to run away. And because he's fighting my base, he's like actually taking a fight right now. He's actually here standing his ground more or less. I keep making units. He's not just running away.
After a year plus of not playing SC2, I decided to try a new race with your series and I got D3 in 25 games as Protoss. I forgot my second pylon almost every game, lol.
No, it's all good. Beep, thank you for the 5, and don't worry, it's the struggle of every Protoss. Every Protoss has the second pylon growing pains. But one day when you get it down, the whole new world opens up to you. Thank you for the 5, dude. But now look at this, right? So now, again, judgment call, right? Judgment call. We just made units during this fight. We made units the first time because we were at ideal drone count. Then we made units the second time because he was taking the fight. We were just making sure we win the fight. Now the fight's kind of over. And the Protoss looks like he's pretty fucking dead. So now what we can do is go back and fix our drone count because a lot of drones just died. I literally just lost 30 drones because I had lost 10 previously. Now I lost 40. I just lost 30 fucking drones. And you want to know the biggest mistake of players who play StarCraft in this phase of the game when this happens to them? They'll just max out on Hydras. They will just fucking max Roach Hydra. And they'll be like, yeah, I'll just stay 60 drones for the rest of the game. And let's go for a big attack. And there's a problem with that, which is if you fail that attack, you might lose the game.
Vibe, it's a whole new world.
Yeah, dude. Brotoss. Brotoss some dynamite. Thank you very much for 1,000 bits. It is. It is a whole new world. Thank you very much, dude, for the bits. But yeah, you don't want to put yourself in a situation where your economy is going to become weaker than your opponent's. And then you're the one just making Mass Roach Hydra. Because if your opponent plays defensive with like Colossus or Disruptors or Force Fields and Immortals or whatever, if he just plays defensive and choke points, it's going to be super hard to not die.
Yeah.
So we make drones again right now because we know we're behind.
SDSD.
We know we just lost a bunch of drones. And we know that... Apaka, thank you very much for the 14-month resub. Thank you, dude. SD, baby. We know that we just killed his army. And we know that we just lost a lot of drones in the process. So if we fix these drones and then go right back into the 85 drone count, then control the game and push forward, there's very little chance we can lose if we do that. So now I will start making drones like crazy. And there we go. Right away. I know I'm winning the fight, so I just go right back into drones. Right back. We don't waste a fucking second. Right back into drones, guys. And we'll make drones again. Why are we making drones again? Because we're not at the ideal saturation yet. So I just made another 14 after 9. And now we're going to be back up to 83 after we make that next 14. And if we make a couple more spines, we'll make drones again. So we're making another 5. We're making another 3. We're just making drones like with all our larvae. And now, why am I making roaches? Well, Vibe, look, you're making roaches though. What does that mean? Oh, we're at 85 drones again. Ah, makes sense. Right, we're actually at the ideal saturation. And then we also now have static D at every base because this dude has been fucking running DTs around the map the entire time. Okay, now check this out. I want to show you guys how to see DTs. Watch this shit. So I've shown you guys this sometimes, but I'll show it to you again. If anyone's seen this before, it's all good. I want you guys to stare right now. I want you to stare right now at the mouse. I want you to watch. All right, I don't want you to stare. I want you to like follow the mouse with your eyeballs. Follow the mouse with your eyeballs. Okay, are you following it? Keep following the mouse with your eyeballs. Did you see the DTs? I'm sure you saw the DTs right there, right? As soon as they popped into vision. Right here. As soon as the DTs were like right here, you were like, I see DTs. They're big. They're obviously anyone could see DTs there because they're big, obvious DTs. And if your eyeballs are moving a lot, it's really hard to see DTs. But now check this out. Watch this. Tell me if you can see the DTs faster this time before you actually see it with your overseer. Now what I want you to do is I want you to stare at this creep tumor. I want you to look at this creep tumor and I want you to fucking stare at it. I want you to stare at that creep tumor, okay? Just stare at it. Don't look away from it. Stare at that creep tumor. Stare at it. Stare at it. Keep staring at the creep tumor. Don't look away. Keep staring at it. Do you see DTs walking next to it right now? You saw him like now. Keep staring at the creep tumor. Keep staring at the creep tumor, okay? Did you see where my mouse? So use your peripheral vision to see to watch my mouse. So just stare at the creep tumor, and then you'll see the mouse move while you stare at the creep tumor. DTs were right here, and they just walked down like that, and we just saw it. And the DTs are right now right here. And now if you keep staring at the creep tumor and hit play, you will see right here a shimmer of shadows keep going forward on my creep. So keep staring at the creep tumor. I'm gonna hit play right now. You see how now the DTs are here. So you can see that shit. Again, it's the thing I tell you guys. I've told you guys this a couple times before, but I'll finish it off the same way I've told you before because it's the same thing. The way you should be playing StarCraft 2 is not the same way you traditionally play other games. And the way you traditionally play other games, like an FPS for instance, is your camera moves around like this a lot. Your camera's all over the place because you're moving your screen all over the place. And it's the only time you ever really go zone into one spot is when you're like sniping. Think about it. Every time you play an FPS, if you're like running around like you're the assault guy, you have like a fucking assault rifle or some shit, like an M4 or something, you're always running forward and you're like checking corners and stuff and you're like going forward. And you don't really fixate your eyes. But now let's pretend that take it back a notch. And now let's say you're a sniper and let's say you're outside on like a hill and you're looking down at like this big valley and you're just using your sniper scope. If you use your sniper scope like this, you'll never see anybody really, unless they're clearly just running in the middle of nowhere and it's a super obvious target. But if you actually just instead of looking all over the place like crazy, if you just fixate your eyes into an area and then you see movement anywhere, suddenly you're like, everything else on the screen is static, but something is moving. And then your eyes fixate on what's moving. And then you look at that and it happens to usually be a player. It's the same concept as that. It's peripheral vision. It's the same concept as that when you play StarCraft, because in StarCraft, your eyeballs should be static on the screen a lot of times. Like you should have key points. Like top right is a key point. Bottom middle is a key point. The command card at bottom middle is a key point. The minimap is a key point. And the center of the screen is a key point too for when you're like doing commands. And instead of moving your eyeballs up and down and moving your mouse, instead of like having your eyeballs constantly like scan the screen, like left and right, up and down, all over the place, it should again just be the command card, supply, minimap, center. These are like the key points you go to mostly. And I'm not saying you can't look around the screen, you totally can, but try to limit it a little bit. Because for instance, if there is a unit over here, and there's also a unit over here, a lot of times in StarCraft 2, you're not going to like go like this, right? You're not going to watch both units like that. You're going to be like this. Oh, there's something over here. Okay, now I'm looking at it. Oh, there's something over here. Okay, now I'm looking at it. Like what it happens is it's almost like your fucking hands or your eyeballs in StarCraft 2, because your camera is static in this game. Your camera doesn't do this when you move your camera around. Like you obviously you can do this, but no one fucking plays the game like this. Like no one's fucking moving their camera around like this all crazy and shit all the time. You know, it does not fucking happen. I hope I'm not making anyone throw up right now. But what does happen is you go like this. Something's there. Something's there. Over here. Over here. Just like snap movements one place to another, or like main base. Like right here, right? Natural. Third. Those are movements in RTS. And your eyeballs usually stay centered in the screen. So the point I'm trying to make here is if your eyeballs move less, you see more. Because of the way your eyeballs work in a game like this, peripheral is so strong in a game like StarCraft 2. So it's a technique that you can get better at. I feel like with experience, people start to understand it and get better at it if you're not good at it yet. But that's why I saw those DTs. It's because my eyeballs are not flailing all over the screen the whole time. Oh, they're more fixated. Yeah. Yo, Rob, thank you very much for the 55-month resub, dude. What's up? Welcome back, dude. Thank you, man. Much love. Hope you're having a good night, dude. Okay, and then we do our attack. This is our, we split up our army a little bit right, a little bit left, and we go for it. And then, you know, this is classic B2GM here. Look at the guy's supply, right? He's super low supply. This is like 140 Protoss or something versus a 200 Zerg. Protoss doesn't have a chance. You're going to just get demolished because your supply is too low. So he dies. And then, you know, that's game. And we're maxing out again right behind this. What were his upgrades out of curiosity? He was 1-0-0. See, that's another situation of he was playing super aggressive and he was neglecting a lot of macro mechanics. He was neglecting, like, look at the economy. This economy's good. This economy needs to be fixed. This economy is okay. This economy is pretty empty. This economy is okay. His overall probe count was a little bit on the low end, but like upgrades really on the low end. And the gateway count also really on the low end. Like he's just, the infrastructure of his base was not enough. So we got ourselves in a really good position, and then you know, now we can just like push on the pressure, and he can never stop it, right? So yeah, that was a bit of a long one for the first game of the Platinum 1 video, but yeah, you guys, I feel like you guys are starting to understand and get the point. You guys are you know, you guys are catching on. Let's go to game 2. Yeah. Rob, did you get the technical alpha for D2 Resurrected? I did not. I thought I was cool enough. I was like, I'm definitely gonna get it, and then I didn't get it.
We require
Is there a way to actually focus on macro only? Yeah. Honestly, that's what the entire series is about. That's what B2GM is all about, from bronze to what we're at right now. So like bronze and silver are really just macro. It's like almost pure macro only. And then in Gold League, we start incorporating a little bit of scouting and understanding. And then in Platinum, our scouting goes a little bit deeper again. But it really is mostly still, like, it's like 98% macro and like 2% other things. It's very little on the other stuff. It's just I'm not explaining constantly and repeating myself with like 5SD, 5SD, 5SD as much as I was before in like bronze, because I feel like once we're in platinum, we should, if you're already in plat, you should start to understand that concept, right? There's more shit we can talk about. But if you want raw basic fundamentals, I highly recommend you go watch bronze videos. And I'm dead serious when I say this. If you're someone that's like platinum 3 and you find it insulting that I told you to go watch bronze videos, don't take it that way. Honestly, it's legit. If you go watch bronze videos, I guarantee if you're platinum, you'll still learn shit. There's people who can even be like Masters League that could still learn stuff in my bronze videos. And the reason why is because it's just really simple, broken down, good core fundamentals of gameplay. And some people don't have that. There's a lot of people that don't have that, to be honest. A lot of people kind of skip the fundamentals and just do their flavor of whatever they think they want to do. Like, I'm all warp prisms. That's me. I'm the warp prism guy or whatever. So, bronze is definitely worthwhile to watch. And so is silver, and so is gold, and blah, blah, blah. All the way through the leagues. I guarantee you'll learn stuff. Okay, which patch has 3 on it? This patch has 3. Okay, grab one of those drones. Send it over. That way we're at perfect saturation. Now every patch has 2. Okay, let's go ahead and make our layer. Make our injects. What's this guy doing? This guy's going for a robo. Okay, that's all good. So, robo first could be defensive Colossus, could be defensive Immortal, could be aggressive Immortal. Like this guy might be doing B2GM style. He might be going for something else. Well, it doesn't really matter. Time will tell. Safety roaches are definitely going to be good here. Like, we're going to still follow the build as is, but we're just going to, what's it called? We're going to definitely make safety roaches, because if this guy attacks us, which is very possible, safety roaches will definitely do a really good job. I'm the warp prism guy. Whoa! What's up, Rudy? What's up, man? How you doing? Okay, let's go ahead and take our third base because we're fully saturated. Okay, get our third base started. Get our drone closer. Get our weapons and roach speed as well out of the roach horn and the evo chamber. Get our third base, transfer some drones into the gases. Get some roaches. Let's also get a 4th queen when we can afford it, which is not yet, but soon. 4th queenola. Also, again, sorry guys, I know I'm like hearing myself talk, and I know some people out there might be like, why does Vibe sound so like somber today? As I have had the worst migraines day in and day out for like 2 weeks. So, and I have one again right now. So I'm trying my best to give you guys a fucking good video while I'm in pain. Sorry about that. Okay, so we're gonna take another queen. We're gonna send this queen over here to our 3rd base to you know, take our 3rd, to inject our 3rd base in a second. And let's keep making drones. Let's start making a hydrogen and an evo and our last gas in our main base. And why are we doing that again is because our 3rd base is really well saturated already, and it's only getting even more saturated because all these drones are popping out right now. So we have tons of drones coming right now for the 3rd base. We're already at more than half. 11 are already on it. And we have more drones about to pop again right now. Now we're at 12. Now more are coming again. Yada yada yada. Now we're at 15. Let's grab 3 of these eggs and let's right click them onto the gas. That way they can just saturate the gas right away. Let's get Hydra upgrades. Let's get an Overseer. Drone count is now good. Let's make one more so we can make a 4th base. And there we go. Now we'll be at 67, which is, we need 66 for 3 base plus 1 to take a 4th. Because it sacks itself. It sacrifices itself. And now let's make a few Overlords so we can make Hydras now. Okay, let's go ahead and build our hatchery and make Hydras. Inject our hatcheries, inject our hatcheries, inject our hatcheries. Can spread some creep. Okay, these creep tumors are good. Fix my gases here. Let's send our Overseer's Changeling out on the right side of the map right now, just because we want to start scouting.
We require more
Keep making creep. Keep making creep. And keep making creep. And then another creep tumor right there.
We require more.
Okay, he's got a, that's a hallucination. A cool thing you can do to tell it's hallucination is that it does not do damage. It takes double damage, so it dies really fast, and it doesn't do damage to the Overlords that it shoots. So it's literally a fake unit. It does no 0 damage.
We must place that metamorphosis complete.
Okay, let's get our queen up here so I can creep spread properly. Okay, now we're at 120 and the guy still is not attacking us, so let's make drones again. Because we're gonna go to 85 drones. We're gonna do the good healthy amount of drones. Let's get level 2 weapons going. Make some more Overlords because we're gonna block soon. And now we can start making... What's his army look like? Okay, it's ground, right? We just confirmed it's ground with our changeling. So let's make roaches again. Let's make like 1/3 roach, 2/3 hydra. How's the upgrades looking? Well, looking pretty good. Let's get our infestation pit so we can go to a hive. Keep injecting our hatcheries. Drone count is almost there. We want to probably expand again because we're going to fully saturate this base really fast and the main base will start mining out really soon. So we're going to have to transfer drones. Okay, let's go ahead and throw down more creep tumors. More creep, more creep, more creep. And let's put another creep tumor down in bottom right. Make a couple of gases here. And now we can go right back into making hydras and roaches. Inject our hatcheries. And I would say now we probably have enough creep tumors with this last one here, so let's tell this queen to go back to the 4th base and just have it start injecting. Because it looks like, with the way we've set it up, it looks like we have creep tumor pathing in every direction now on this map. For the, like, most of the locations are covered, right? It seems like we have a decent spread of creep now. Make a bunch of hydras. And we're just about to max just under 9 minutes. So this game we did it really fast. This game we actually maxed at 8 minutes and 40 seconds. So we crushed it. We definitely smashed that max out, and that was super good. The only thing we didn't do, which is not great, is we didn't really check the left side of the map. So let's go ahead and do that right now while we do another creep spread round. Let's just check. We'll hit his base from the left side, and then work our way in. So there's no base there. Let's inject our bases really fast again while we're waiting for our army to arrive. While we can also get a carapace upgrade while we're waiting. Inject there. Now is there a base here? Yes. So attack. Okay, he's here. So let's get a big concave. Move our roaches to the top of the ramp, and then we'll A move. We just gave ourselves a pre-fight spread right there. Now what we can do is A move his base right here. Shift A move that base. Have an overseer. Follow a hydra. And then go back to our army and just start making roaches and hydras. We can also spread creep while we're doing this. Spread creep. Spread creep. Make a round of roaches. Spread creep. Spread creep. Spread creep. Spread creep. Where's the creep? There it is. Spread creep. Get a lurker den because we need lurkers. Do another round of injects. Round of injects. Round of injects. Round of injects. We can at this point too, let's play it safe. Let's go like this. Spore, spine, spine. Spore, spine, spine. Spore, spine, spine. Spore, spine, spine. And finally, spore, spine, spine. And now we need to take a lot more drones. So what we could do is we're down by 13, right? So let's just make a bunch of drones here. We just made like 16. Let's have a couple, build a couple of gases here, and now look at our drone count again. We're back up to like 85, 86. And now this base, now all these other bases are a little undersaturated, which is okay. It's not the end of the world because it's still not in the red. And these bases will mine their patches out soon enough anyways. Like, look at this base. 2 of these patches are literally about to disappear right there. Meanwhile, this base now is not oversaturated either if we just take the gas. So as long as you have optimal mining going on, it's totally fine. What did he say? He said, GG, you're the best. Can't wait for you to break this down. Yo, thank you very much. Good trip. Much love, dude. Good trip's a good sport. Thanks, man. Okay, so our opponent is chilling, right? He's chilling. He's got his. I mean, we confirmed he expanded, and then we also ended up confirming that there's a robo, which is nice. It tells us that it's, you know, that's his opening tech choice. It's really easy to scout Protoss' tech choice because the core, the cybernetics core, unlocks the tech for Protoss, and every single tree, like there's 3 tech trees for Protoss. There's a Stargate, there's a Twilight Council, and there's a Robo. So there's 3 different tech paths, and they all require the same building to start, which is a cyber core. So the fact that he has now chosen a Robo tells us a lot of stuff. It tells us that he is not going to prioritize a council, and he's not going to prioritize a Stargate, which means the chances of him doing any type of a Stargate pressure or like a Stargate timing are pretty much out the window. And the chances of him doing any type of a like a Blink Stalker aggressive move or like a charge lot move or fast ETs, those are still somewhat possible because a Robo pairs better with ground. But again, it's less likely to happen. It's because if you're going to do those builds, you want to open council first. So really what this means, if we see Robo first, there's 2 choices with the Robo. You can either, with the first choice, make units out of the Robo right as the Robo's done, which could be a Warp Prism, an Immortal, or a Observer. Or you can then tech even further into a Robo Bay, which is, it requires a Robo, this is a Robo facility, right? And this has to be finished to then start a Robo Bay. And a Robo Bay can make a Disruptor and a Colossus. So he most likely is going to be doing something with the Robo as a focus because he went Robo first, which means he's probably either going to be making Immortals, Colossus, Disruptors, or he's going to maybe do a timing with like a Warp Prism, which is why I was saying, if you remember, Stargate's out. We'll throw that shit out the window. This does not complement a Stargate at all. But however, you still could see someone go for like a mass Stalker attack or like a lot of Zealots or something, because he could still just make a Warp Prism out of this. It would delay Blink and it would delay Charge, but he still could attack you with Warpins, aggressive Warpins with a Warp Prism. That is still very possible. Or he could like have Immortals and Warp Prism attack you. Like, it could still be very aggressive. Which is why, if you guys remember during the game, I was saying that the best thing we could do here is just make...
Was an honor to play you.
Yo, good trip. Thank you so much for the $1 dono, man. You're too nice, dude. You're way too nice. I'm glad you had a good time, and thank you so much for the dono. Much love, dude. And you're going to be in this YouTube video forever. Escort, Thank you for the
Thank
10
you
as well.
for all your help and advice. Your series has really helped me understand the game so much more.
Hell yeah. Thank you very much for the 10, Escort. Much appreciated, dude. I'm glad it's helping. But as I was saying, with the fact that he went Robo, this is what I was saying. Safety Roaches will be a great choice now, because there is a chance he could be aggressive with this with ground units, and if he's aggressive with ground units, well, guess what? We have Roaches, and it's going to definitely help a lot. So, but we're still doing the build as is. We're not freaking out. We're just trying to understand what this means. That's all this is. Like, if you actually look at a Protoss and you go, oh, he went Robo, and you go, I have no idea what that means. Well, hopefully now you have an understanding of what it kind of means, right? Hopefully now, like, you'll build on top of it more and more and more, and you go, ah, okay, I'm starting to understand a little bit more about the limitations of Protoss, and because he went Robo, he can't do some of these other builds that I know exist. Like, he's already made his choice that he can, that those builds are now just gone. They don't exist anymore for him. It doesn't mean he can't make those units. You can still go Robo first and then just go Mass Void Rays. But what it means, though, is that if you're going to go Robo first and then go Mass Void Rays, it means you're going to miss the window of potential damage, because the Zerg will be done droning by the time Void Rays come out if you open Robo first. However, if you open up Stargate first, you could catch me while I'm making drones. It's really about understanding how to get to your ideal drone count as fast as possible, and then at that point, it doesn't matter what he's doing. Nothing matters. Then it just comes down to composition, and you can, not in Platinum for now, but later on beyond Platinum, you can shift your composition to counter your opponents. That's really all it comes down to. But it doesn't come down to, like, when is it safe or when is it not safe to drone. Once you start understanding the capabilities of your opponent's opener. So our opponent looks like he's actually doing a B2GM build, by the way. He's going defensive Immortals with a Sentry and Stalkers. So it's B2GM versus B2GM right here. And again, we didn't fully know that. We could assume we did say that was a possibility, though, if you guys remember, which is all good. And he's doing a really good job making probes. Honestly, he's keeping up with us really well. He's got a very comparable economy to Zerg. This is respectable. And then we make our safety units and go back into droning again for our 4th base. Yeah, he did a great job. His probe count's very respectable, honestly. His build up was nice. And then we hit our ideal saturation. We actually went slightly over, but again, it's okay. If you go slightly over, it's not a big deal. Just try not to go above like 90, because 90 plus is like, you're getting a little bit too much. You're not going to have enough army supply the higher you go. And you're going to have way too much bank then. Like 80, in the 80s is already really greedy. It's like you're already going to always have a bank. And if you just go keep going above that, you'll never have enough army supply. And you'll always lose fights. So we push, and this just comes down to a fact of our opponent was out of position, right? And this is pre-fight micro. So look at this. Our opponent's coming up to stop us as we're engaging the base. And if I A-moved him right now, if I A-moved him from right here right now, you know what would happen? What would happen is my units would start engaging the stalkers, and they would stop going forward. They would just start shooting from right about here. And that would block all the units in the back from moving forward. And what these units would have to do is the AI is going to run in circles like idiots, and they're slowly going to run up eventually. But then the units that run up might actually get aggroed onto the Nexus. They might actually end up stopping like right here because they're within range of the Nexus, and they start shooting the Nexus instead. Meanwhile, he's beating my army's ass on this side, and it could be a very, 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 very horrible fight. However, if I right-click right here, what that does is it allows me to now line up my concave deeper into his base, to where instead of having my concave like this, my concave can be like this, 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 this. I can have a concave all over this top side of the ramp. And if my opponent's on a move, and he doesn't pre-fight micro like we are, where he sets up the fight, like really we should both be moving right here, to be honest. We both want to make a concave in this area. If either one of us takes the concave that's larger, better chance that you're going to win that. So we move our army up here. Yes, we're not even fighting him. We're just moving. We're running our ass over there, and look what's happening to a lot of his army. A lot of his army is getting stuck behind the fight, right? They're just running around like you know, like derps. But now we just gave ourselves the good concave, and now we A-move it. And look how effective this fight becomes for us. Because now we have about 100% uptime of our army. Like, every unit is in the fight now. There's not one unit in our army that is saying, I can't fight. There's no room for me to fight. Every unit is shooting something. Whereas his army, only like 50% of his units are doing something, because all these units back here are literally doing nothing. They're just out of range. So then he ends up backing up because that fight was awful for him to start it off with. They actually accidentally moved commands into us, and that definitely was painful, right, for him. It's gonna screw anybody. Sorry, good shot. I probably shouldn't have watched that. You're like, God damn it, Vibe, why'd you show that? It's okay, everybody makes mistakes. But yeah, that concave we had was super good. And here's the real thing. Whoever wins that first fight, it's very important. Just know it is very important for whoever wins the first fight. If the fight happens at your base. So if I'm already at the Nexus, if I lose that fight, that was important for Protoss because that means Protoss is still in this game. Does it mean Protoss can now kill me? No, it doesn't. It means that Protoss has successfully defended his base, and now I can't kill the Nexus. And then by the time he gets to my base, I'll probably be maxed again. However, if I win the fight at his Nexus, he's fucked. And the reason why is because he can't lose economy. Otherwise, he falls into the pit of low economy, like the hole of economy, and he'll never be able to climb out of it because I'm going to keep attacking again and again and again and again. And it's really hard to get out of that hole. It's not impossible. I'm not saying it's impossible. It definitely is possible. It's definitely more possible with micro. But the main theory or concept I'm trying to teach you guys, though, in Platinum and below, is you want to try to avoid getting into that position. You don't want to be in like the back foot. You don't want to be the one who's in the negative position, and then you're just trying to like slowly not die, because all that's gonna happen is you're gonna like defend yourself repeatedly until you eventually die, once you're in the negative economical position. So now that this third base is dying, you can just watch the economy again, right? We were tied before. We were literally tied, and now the Nexus died, and all these probes are dying. Now look at the economy. Protoss is now dipping hard. We have not touched this base. We have not touched this base. We have not touched this base. But Protoss's economy cannot keep up with us anymore. He can't keep up with us now. So now he's going to be on defense forever. Because every time I lose army, it's instantly remaxed, instantly remaxed, instantly remaxed. I have such a big bank, I can remax all day. My opponent, on the other hand, can't. Because he doesn't have enough bank to do it, and he doesn't have enough economy to keep up with what we're doing either. So he's going to die. You want to avoid getting in that position as much as possible. And now that it happened to two bases, now it's even more, right? Now, the fact that he said GG right there is very, I would say very appropriate, because his economy is going to drop even more now. It would have dropped down to probably like 1,500, but he left in the process of it averaging down. Once someone leaves, it just gets stuck where it is. Because, I mean, this base doesn't have a lot of mineral patches left, and then it's just this base, really. So hopefully it makes sense, guys. Hopefully that makes sense. But, you know, GG, good trip. GG, dude. GG. Lambo is pretty advanced, but he made his EVP my best matchup. I highly recommend. Sorry for talking about another SC2 or Vibu. It's kind of rude. It's fine. I think Lambo's very good. I think Lambo's super good. And I don't watch Lambo's teaching content that much. Or like his... Not really. To be honest, I don't really watch anyone StarCraft do content nowadays. So... I know he's... I would say... I can't really speak 100% clearly about what it's like. But I would say... if you're someone who's Masters Plus, 100% Lambo is very good to watch. 100%. But I don't know how much emphasis he puts into breaking down the game for lower level players. So like if you're Gold League trying to execute Masters level builds, you're going to have a hard time. It's going to feel like it doesn't make sense. Because you can't do what is being shown. Let's make our natural. It says Zerg player. Good trip. Thank you for the $1 dono.
Thanks for that great breakdown. Lol, that misclick on the move command killed me.
Yeah,
ha
it definitely
ha.
did. You definitely had a chance until that happened. Like, you had a chance until... Two things you did wrong. Number one is you gave me the high ground. You gave me the concave because you just ran away. And then you re-engaged with the move command. Those are the second mistake. So the move command and the retreat for you kind of fucked you in both ways. Because the thing is, you got to realize you can't retreat there, because if you retreat there, you lose the game anyways, because you're going to lose your third. You have to fight there. If you let your third just die and you have no place to transfer probes to, you are going to fall into a pit and you're never going to climb out of it. But thank you again for the $1 dono, dude. Much love. Thanks, dude. And Juicebox, thanks for the 2.
Been rolling through the ladder lately and noticing the improvement. But tanks are my bane in TVT, melts my bio at max supply. What's the best way to fight this? Make my own tanks? P.S. Thanks for all the help.
Yeah, no, if you're playing TVT in lower leagues, again, it's just, I swear to God, it's your macro. It doesn't matter if units are good against whatever, it's just macro. Because you can out macro people who don't play efficient. It always happens. It is a fact of low level leagues. But in higher level leagues, yeah, tanks versus tanks are really good. Or just multi-pronging. There's a lot of things you can do. But outmaneuvering, outpositioning, outmicroing someone is definitely things you can do. If you don't want to make tanks, like you can avoid them and drop them in other places or something like that. Or if you want to play more traditional, then yeah, tank versus tank. But again, this is like Diamond Plus, right? Or like Masters Plus. You guys got to realize, you know how I keep talking about how we're going to micro in Diamond League? It's still going to be very basic micro. It's not going to be like super intense micro in Diamond League. You don't even need to have super intense micro to get to GM in this game. I think it's a misconception most people have in StarCraft 2. Like, they work so hard on their micro, and it's not even necessary most of the time. Okay, so the Zerg is running speedlings at our base right now, and because of that, let's play safe, and let's just make our wall now. He's literally running speedlings at me right now, and we don't want to die. So let's inject our bases, make our wall. We'll make drones a little bit inefficient, because we made the wall first, which is going to slow down the larva just a tad. But now we don't have lings all up in our base that are causing problems. And how did we scout that? We saw it with the Overlord over here. They were running past the Overlord. Let's go ahead and take our gases. And we can try to take a third, but there's really no guarantee that it's going to go down, because the Zerg's camping their base with the Zerglings right now. But let's just try. Let's try. Right-click my drone on the mineral line so it runs through the queen. And then see if we can sneak a drone up there to take a hatchery with. Because worst case scenario, we just have to cancel it. It's whatever. Let's build a hatchery. And if he doesn't cancel it, well, that's huge, because that's a third base. It's going to go up much faster now than it should have otherwise. Put drones on the gases. Okay, so he's killing it. So worst case scenario, I cancel it. It's okay. Not the biggest deal, guys. We'll just build it with roaches. It's okay. Let's get a creep tumor going into my main or something, so we can have a decent spread of vision and stuff in my main base. There's an Overlord right there. Let's just go kill that with the queen. A, move the queen, shift right click the queen back to there when it's done killing the Overlord. Okay, let's start making creep on this side. Tell my roaches to go over to the third base now, and actually take my third now. So we're escorting a drone to take a third this time, because he killed it last time. How's this look going? Okay, the Overlord's almost dead. Roach count, we probably need a little bit more. Make like 3 more or something and we'll be fine. Okay, and now we can go into our drones for our third base. Make creep tumors. Let's get another queen as well. So I can spread creep still while also injecting my third. Thank you, HLT fam.
It's over good trip. Vibe got the high ground.
Yeah. I got the high ground, dude. I have the high ground, Anakin. Okay. Keep spreading that creep. Keep injecting those bases whenever we can. Let's make an Overseer. Let's make our Hydra Den. We don't need to make a second Evo this game because we already have one. And let's make our second gas. Let's get both of our upgrades for 2-1. Let's get our we already have, sorry, we have our queen. let's okay. Let's start injecting our third base right now, and keep making drones because we're not getting attacked right now yet. Be careful with this queen too. Don't let it run off into the abyss of nothing and die. Okay, so drone count currently at 70. Grab 3 of these drones and put them back on that gas. Good stuff. And now we're at 68. Let's go take another base. Let's have our overseer that we made. Where are you? Where's this overseer at? There you are. Let's have this thing start scouting. We'll scout the right side of the map, just because. Let's start making hydras now, because we're at 3 base saturation. Transfer some drones to these gases. Inject our hatcheries. And make hydras. What's happening here? Queens are attacking my overlords. It's okay. It's whatever. He's blinding me a little bit, but removing my vision, but it's not a big deal. Because we have creep anyways, and we're giving ourselves vision regardless. Okay, we're at 120 supply, so now what are we going to do? Let's go back into droning for our 4th base. This same sequence keeps happening over and over and over and over. Okay, there are lings in my base, so let's go kill those. It's a bit of a scout, not really a full-on attack. Okay, he's got mutas over there, so we can run our drones. Why are we doing that? Because we're able to micro our drones now, so it's beautiful, right? So let's go like this. Right-click all my units to the expansion there. A-move this mineral line. Green box my units. A-move this mineral line. Thank you, username Twitch user, for the Vibacoin purchase. Thank you, man. Much love. Okay, let's. So we're good. We're still good here. This base is looking fine. And let's go. Oh, there's a ling in my base just fucking killing drones. Let's make like 3 spores per base. Make drones still. Why am I making drones? Oh, just kidding. Now we need to make units because he's attacking us. He's going fucking ham. Let's A-move this mineral line. What's going on this base? Let's make a couple spores. Okay, never mind. His units are dying, so let's go back to making drones. His units are all dying. He's just super multitask, like, you know, heavy with his ling attack and his muta attack. Okay, let's go back to our 3rd base and A-move that base. Keep making drones. Let's get upgrades. Let's get a hive. Or rather, infestation bit to go to a hive eventually. Keep making drones. Keep injecting in my bases. Make a queen. Make a queen. Make more spores. Drones all the way to 85. Take some units and go like this. Take my army and go like this, okay? That queen's gonna die, it looks like. Oh, no, it's not gonna die. Take my army and go like this. A move. Green box. Right click. Green box. A little bit more. Right click. Green box. Right click. What did I just do? I just told all my army to go here. And then I grabbed 3 other chunks of it and went here, here, and here with it. Why did I do that? I'm protecting my mineral lines. So now this guy can't just keep fucking flying into my base. He can't keep getting away with it. Okay, well now he's gonna do this. Let's just suck all army and go attack his fucking mutas again while I'm making overlords and drones and stuff again. Hydrogen's gonna die. Just rebuild it. It's okay. Don't freak out, guys. He's harassing us like crazy, right? Drone count's still not great. We still want to make more drones. Smell another spore here. Smell another spore here. Because the spore died. Keep making drones. This guy's all over me. Okay. We can also take another base. And why are we doing that? Because this base is already pretty well saturated. So let's expand again. And look at that. These mutas are getting fucking pounded by these spores. Fill my gases up. Inject my bases. Transfer some drones from my main to my natural because my main's over, my natural's under because drones keep dying. Okay, we have this base over here. Let's take a couple drones and make some spores here. We're still not done making drones. It seems like I've been making drones forever, right? But it's okay. It's part of the game. It's how it goes. This guy is super aggressive and he's throwing his units away while killing my drones. Well, it's just the nature of the game. It's how it goes. It's the nature of the beast. Okay, saturate my bases properly. And drones again. We're not done yet. Now let's make a couple spines per base because he went lings as well earlier. And I have a lot of drones now so I can add in spines because we don't need to do this anymore with... or we can do this now with our drones because it's not... It would have been so expensive if I'd have made spine and sport earlier on. But now that we have a really good drone count, we can easily add on some spines and we're not going to like break the bank essentially. Okay. And drone count 81. Let's make a few more. Make our gases. Now we're at 85. Let's make one more to make another base with and go to 86. Now what am I gonna do? Let's go right back to making units again, just like we were before. Let's go right back into roaches and hydras. Take one changeling and a move, or not a move it, but just move the left side of the map, and another one move the right side of the map. And let's go check and see where my opponent's bases are. What are you doing? What's over here? More mutas. Okay. We can a move that. Keep spreading creep. Go back. Fall back to the spreading creep again. While we're chilling. Okay, a bunch of banelings are hitting my base right now. And so we're confirming he's going Mutiling Bane, right? He also just killed his base. So let's rebuild it. It seems annoying, right? But it's okay. People always freak out in moments like this. And my static D I've given myself is going to pound this Zerg's ass. No problem. Transfer some drones off my natural to my third now because the natural's oversaturated and the third is under. Let's get 3/3 upgrades. And now let's make more roaches because this guy's going banelings. He's got a bunch of spawns. He's making more lings again. This guy's got 0/0 upgrades, guys. We're almost 3/3. Our opponent is slowly falling apart. Let's go ahead and get our injects going on our bases again. Okay, let's A-move that base because he's currently attacking it. And look at these spines. Amazing. We can even throw a transfuse at that spine. He's hitting this base now. Let's go ahead and A-move this base. And what's going to happen here? A bunch of drones are going to die, right? So if a bunch of drones are going to die, how about we do this? Make a bunch of drones. I'm already back to a good drone count. Look at this spine crawler. It is it is ruining the AI of the Zerglings so hard right now. It is nuts. Now let's go ahead and make some... Oh, that base died. So let's try and rebuild that base again. And now we're basically about maxed out. We're super close to maxing out. This guy is making it really hard for us to max out. But we're almost there, and when we get there, we'll A-move his base. Let's go take one more round of Changeling Scouts, and let's see where the fuck is this guy's base located. Okay, let's go ahead and attack this base again. We can cancel that. Oh, it didn't cancel it in time. It died. It's okay. Go ahead and rebuild it again. Transfer some drones. Back to the gas. Okay, he's hitting this base again, so let's go ahead and send units up there again. And now, what is he doing, right? This guy is attacking me all over the place, so let's just do this. A-move that base. Green box my army. Leave it right here. Green box a little bit more of my army, and leave it like maybe like right there. Why did I just do that? Because this guy he continuously does the same thing over and over and over. He's constantly trying to attack me. So am I going to be surprised if he attacks this base or this base again? Definitely not. I'm expecting it to happen. Okay, and now we're waiting for the final bit of units to spawn here. And let's also get a lurkered in case this game turns into a base trade. And now, as soon as these units spawn that we're waiting on, let's go attack. Transfer some drones off my natural, put them back on my main to fix that economy. Transfer a couple drones off this base, put them back on my main as well to fix that economy. Transfer more drones off this base, put them on this base to fix that economy. All my units are out. Now, let's go attack. This guy's on 3 bases, guys. I scouted him again. He's on, unless he just took this base, he's on 3. Now he's currently counterattacking me again. Okay. How many drones are we at? Actually, it overmade a little bit. We actually killed drones back to 88, so we're happy now. So now that he's attacking me, A-move, shift A-move, shift A-move, grab my overseers, follow a Hydra. And then just go back to making units again. We're not worried at all right now. We'll take another base again. And why are we going to take another base again? Because he just killed another base again. So we're just trying to make sure we can keep expanding. GG. So this dude was all aggression. Constant aggression. And again, look at the upgrades. 0/0 Lings versus 3/3 Hydra Roach. You will never fucking win at that stage of the game. This is one of those moments where it seems like you're always on defense. And it feels like you're dying the whole time. People are always freaking out. They're always like, oh my god, this guy's always attacking me. I feel like I have to do something, otherwise I'm going to lose. But in reality, all that's happening is your opponent is killing themselves. That's honestly what's happening. Knock my mouse over. So watch the supply. Watch the worker count, watch the supply, watch all this stuff.
Vibu, I always win the dumbest Apex games while I have your stream up. Thanks for the cross game luck, LOL.
Yeah, no worries. I got you, Doge, dude. Keep getting those Apex W's, dude. Apex pretty fun. I actually do like that game. Why do you make 2 different hotkey hatcheries in your main? Don't worry about that. Let me tell you why I do that, and let me tell you why it doesn't matter. I am trying really hard not to play the game how I normally play every single time I play in B2GM. And I have habits of my own that I am not trying to instill on you because they're irrelevant. They don't mean shit. And here is one of my habits. Normally, when I play a game of StarCraft 2, I literally will fill up hotkeys 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right off the start. And the reason why I do that is because I roll my fingers on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 constantly. I roll my fingers on the keyboard a lot.
Yeah.
And if there's a key that is a idle dead key, like if there's no 2 or there's no 4 or there's no 1 or whatever, then nothing happens. And I can feel it that nothing happens. So I bind something to it so I can roll my fingers. I'm literally just rolling my fingers every game at the start of the game when I normally play this game myself. Now I'm not doing that in B2GM because it's irrelevant for B2GM learning, and it's a habit of mine. It's not necessarily a bad habit either. To justify why I do it and why it has any type of logical sense at all. Again, I'm not teaching you this though. You can, if you listen to this and you're like, I want to do that, that's up to you. But I'm going to tell you right now, it is definitely not required to do B2GM series. Okay? It's not required. But the reason why I would do it is because it keeps a rhythm on your fingers the entire time that is fast. That way you're not cold. Your hand isn't like quote unquote cold when you have to do shit that's fast. It's a rhythm that I play at the entire time. And that is also a reason why a lot of times on an average game I will play in ladder, I will have around 400 APM, is because when I'm doing nothing, I'm rotating my fingers on the keys a lot, which is fucking keeping me around 400 APM the entire time. So people will see me playing at 400 APM, even though all I'm doing is stacking mineral patches for the first like 60 seconds of the game. It doesn't matter. You don't need to do it. It's just for a rhythm of the game that I would do, and it's because it's what I used to do when I was a pro gamer. But yeah, I'm not doing it in this B2GM series because it doesn't teach you anything. It's just that combining the hatch rate to 4 is a fucking habit of that. And I'm trying not to bind it to all 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, let's look at this. So look at the supply, right? You see this shit? Look at the units lost. I've lost 1 unit. It was 125 value of minerals, which is... The fuck did I lose? What died? What the fuck is 120? Oh, I lost the hatchery. That's right. I canceled the hatchery, which was 75, and then a drone died that I canceled with it, and then that's 50 extra, so 125 in total.
Hey Vibe, can you explain how to counter ZVZ cheese is like 12 pool or 14 pool all in?
I've talked about that already a few times, Katie Shin. And okay, hold on. Thanks for the bits again.
Time for the explanation.
Thank you guys for the FOTG Reckless. Thank you for the sub. Katie Shin, thank you very much for the 100 bits. Brotas, thank you very much for the 100 bits as well. Doju, thank you for the 100 bits. Guys, questions like how do you deal with this, that, or the other thing? I will say this. I don't really want to answer these questions in the middle of the video when it wasn't relevant at this point in time. Because, for instance, someone might ask me right now, Vibe, how do you deal with a 12 pool or a 14 pool? And then when I'm in the middle of a 12 pool, 14 pool game and I tell you how to defend that, someone might say, Vibe, how do you deal with mutas? I will get to all of it at some point in time. I guarantee there's a high chance. And by the way, I've already dealt with multiple 12 pools and multiple like early pool games in the series already. So I would say just go back and watch the previous videos and check them out. Like just scour them and, maybe like do something else. Listen to it like a podcast. And then when you get to the game that you're interested in, just pay more attention to it. And you're definitely going to find a lot of that shit. But I get so many questions that aren't related to the game we just played, though. And if I answered all of them constantly, we would just never talk about the game we're in. I hope you understand. But I've already done multiple breakdowns for 12 pools and shit like that in this series. Literally, you got to make lings and you got to make drones. Or you got to make lings and queens. And yeah, long story short, that's what you do. And then I go way more detail about it when it's actually a visual with it and stuff like that. This Ling is just fucking owning my drones. So he went mutas, right? Now look at the supply when he goes mutas. Look at the income tab when he goes mutas. I am not worried one bit right now. I am not worried at all. This Zerg player is being super aggressive. He's definitely getting a lot of damage done. Like, already at this point, he's killing a lot more than what he's lost. For sure. He's more than doubling what he's lost, right? But then, see, like, all it takes is one fuck up. All it takes is one little hiccup from the Zerg. And what happens? He flew... Like, I have Hydras here. And because he's just bouncing economy to economy to economy to economy, I just split my army up into each one of my mineral lines to just protect myself. Because he keeps attacking all my fucking mineral lines repeatedly. And now all it takes is one little mess up because his army is very fragile, and that advantage he had a second ago now just goes completely away. And that's not even, again, resources lost is not all of it either, like we've always been talking about. It's not even all of it. It's just a part of it. The other part of it, after this all dies, and 2 more mutas also died, almost died at the very end of that right there. Super close to dying, right? That would have been huge. That's 200 resources per muta. But I'm mining more than him. I am overall mining more than him, and now he's losing more than me. So he's actually putting himself into a corner already, a little bit. He's making, like, he's now putting himself in a position where he's probably going to die. Lings come in the base, and what happens here? More of my army goes back and defends my base. It's all good. He comes over here with mutas, and he kills more drones. At this point in the game so far, I've already lost 26 drones, guys. I've already lost 26 drones. But this guy keeps fucking losing units to kill drones. He's throwing Zerglings and mutas at my base, and they do keep dying as they kill shit. Like right there, 2 mutas died. 3 mutas died. To kill a spore crawler and try to kill drones and almost kill the second spore crawler. Now he's flying over again, right? And now how many drones have I lost? 28 drones have died. Yet in drone count, I'm still ahead. He's not trying to kill my army, so I don't need to make army. He is not trying at all to kill my army. So I already have, if I already have enough units to make him run away every time, and he's not even trying to fight me, I don't need to make more units. If I made more units in this position, it would put me to an all-in, and I'd have to go kill him now.
When do you suggest people start adding eggs to control groups?
Probably Diamond. Because we're going to start microing in Diamond, and that requires control groups, right? We're just F2A moving like almost every game right now. Thank you very much for the bits, though, What's Theory. Thanks, dude. Appreciate you. So, and then his mutas come back again. He's trying to kill my hydrogen. It's all good. People get super annoyed in this position. They're like, these mutas are so annoying. Oh my god. Resources lost. He's actually still lost more than I have. Income, he's always been mining less than I have because he's not making any fucking drones. He's just making lings and mutas, and he's constantly attacking me. Now look at the mutas here. He's so... This is what I'm talking about, guys. This is exactly what I'm talking about with Platinum League, by the way. This is why I don't want you guys to do builds like this guy's doing. The simple man, that is. Because while this is all going on, while he was attacking me the entire time with these mutas, look at the overall resources. So all we were doing really for the last few minutes of this game was remaking drones and making static D. Remaking drones, making static D. I was making spores and making drones because overall I just lost 32 drones. Okay? I've overall lost 32 drones, and I made a bunch of spores as well, just to keep myself safe. And my money is mostly spent. My gas is getting kind of high, and the reason why my gas is getting high is because drones and static D don't cost gas. But look at my opponent's resources. He has less economy than us, but yet he has like triple the bank, almost quadruple the bank in minerals, right? He's got a lot more unspent resources. And why is that? Why does he have no energy spent on his queens? Because he's not fucking macroing while he's microing. He is fully invested on this attack, and he is completely neglecting the macro aspect of Zerg. And to be fair, going Mutalisk and Zergling counter pressure, multi-prong attack, is harder than it seems. It's quite difficult, because you have to find holes in your opponent's play, because these units are very fragile. So, at the end of the day, with his attack, all that's happened is he's ended up negative, because he's not only negative resources lost, because too many mutas died, but he's also been negative this entire time in the economy. And now, not only that, but I also have static D added in. So I'm still ahead in economy, I'm still ahead in army, and I'm also ahead now because I have static D. I have static D amongst my bases, which is going to protect me from future attacks. This is a horrible position to be in for the Muta player. And you can't be in this position unless you multitask, and there's no multitasking, right? Yo, Hannah, thank you very much for the raid. What's up, guys? Welcome to the stream. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, guys. We're doing some Platinum 1 Zerg right now. Soon to be Diamond 3. This is the last race I have to work on to get to Diamond, so my Terran and Protoss are already in Diamond 3. Okay, and then you see the drone count, guys? We're just cruising, right? Cruising. And now look at the supply. Supply is just cranking up like crazy. And again, if we check upgrades, Mutas, 0-0. Banelings and Zerglings, 0-0. Hydras and Roaches, currently 2-2. It's getting more and more drastic in our favor as time goes on. Like, look at the Mutas. They fly in, get fucking smashed by spores. We're fully prepared here. And look at the drone count. Since like 5 minutes ago, or like 8 minutes ago, when he was at 49 drones, all that's happened is he's actually gone down by 3. He has been in a phase. This is the worst thing you can do for yourself as a player in like Platinum, because if you just make your economy go negative, if you don't ever get a good economy, you'll always be behind every part of the game. You'll never get ahead. That's brutal. And now he's doing another attack over here with more Lings. He then counterattacks the space at the same time with more Ling Bane. But again, look at what happens after this fight's over. Watch the drone count. Watch resources lost. Or, sorry, workers killed. I'm currently at 32, and it's probably going to go to like 50 right now, or like 60. 41, 42. Actually, just kidding. A lot of the drones lived over here, and the spine crawler is annoying the Lings, so not the drones
Hey
really died.
Vibe, what's the biggest difference between Platinum and Diamond players?
Platinum players are still beginners in StarCraft 2. They can't macro properly. Diamond players are players that can macro properly as long as nothing distracts them. But as soon as something distracts a Diamond player, they fall right back into the roots of like a Platinum level player. They can't macro properly anymore. That's the difference between Platinum and Diamond. Diamond is like the baseline multitask level, where as long as shit goes correctly for you, you can do it. But if shit goes incorrectly for you because your opponent's pressuring you more than you would like, you fall apart. That's your average Diamond player. Thank you for the bits, Katie Shin. Much love. Okay, and then look at the drone count, guys. We actually just held the drone key down there. We made a little bit more than we should have, but it's okay because we can just make a hatchery, gases, spine, spore. We can, if we made 3 spines, 3 spores, 2 spines, 2 gases, our drone count would drop down to like probably 87. It's like constant attacks, right? Just never fucking stops. And look at the supply. He is going backwards in supply. I have not even attacked him yet. I have not even attacked this guy yet. And he is literally going backwards in drone count, and he's going backwards in supply. Because every time he expands and takes more bases, he does not replace the drones. And then every time he actually attacks, he throws more and more of his army away. So he's going backwards. He was actually further ahead in the game than he is now at like 8 minutes. And I'm definitely not behind because I now have 3 upgrades almost done, and we're about to we're maxed out now. So we have a fucking super powerful, position, and we can just move and kill him. And he goes for another counterattack. The style is never gonna win versus someone who can macro. Because like again, look what was defending his base, right? Is legit nothing. This is what happens when we get to his base. It's just open base, and then it just dies. This is the wet noodle philosophy. As soon as we get to his base, he just fucking falls over, and it's because he didn't give himself a good macro foundation to work the game off of. He just was way too far behind. I've been hard stuck at high plat, low diamond for years. You can do it, man. I believe in you. Everybody can get out of there eventually. Everybody can do it. Macro is the key. Notice how all these games, guys, it's all like it's all how can I make drones and how can I protect my drones. It's always the same thing. Like how can I like make and utilize a good economy. It's never about how I can attack my opponent and how I can disrupt their build and things like that. It's never about that. And look at us. We're cruising our way through Platinum. And we're cruising our way through every league up to this point again as well. And we're going to cruise our way through Diamond as well doing it. Now, obviously, I'm not telling you that you can, if you, just by saying that, suddenly you're going to play the game just like I do. Obviously, I don't expect that. But if you comprehend what I'm saying, you'll start progressing probably much faster than the game than if you just, you know, keep trying to fight with the concept of, no, I'm just going to micro. Nah, I'm going to micro instead. I'm always going to micro my way into situations. Doesn't work. Because if you can't even micro properly, it doesn't make any sense. I'm going to give you an analogy really fast. What if I told you to juggle? What if I told you to juggle, okay? And what if someone knows how to juggle? What if someone knows how to juggle? And they start juggling like 3 balls at once. And then what if someone else who does not know how to juggle, I give them 3 balls, and they literally throw the balls at the ground. Okay? Think about it. The comparison I'm making there is if I tell you how to micro, and you do everything backwards from what you should be doing. Like if you don't even know how to micro, but you just say to yourself, I'm microing. But you don't even use any unit properly. You like don't even do anything proper with micro. You just fucking like, you do what you think is right, but it's completely wrong. Just like if you tell someone to juggle who doesn't know how to juggle, but he thinks he knows how to juggle, and he throws the balls on the ground, and they just hit the fucking ground, and then that's it. And you're like, that's not juggling. And he's like, what do you mean? Yes, it was. You're like, no, it wasn't actually. If you don't even know how to micro, why are you spending more time trying to micro? And I'm telling you again right now, players in lower leagues don't know how to micro as well. I don't want to kill everyone's confidence that plays StarCraft, but I also want to give you guys reality checks because you will be able to micro at some point. It is definitely going to happen, and you'll be able to know how to micro as well. But you'll be able to do it much more realistically if the game is not by default at a negative because your macro sucks ass. If your macro puts you in a position where you're like, all right, I'm going to take this fight vibe. Tell me how to micro it. And I'm looking at the fight and I'm like, why the fuck do you have like 40 supply less than your opponent for no reason? And you lose that fight. Like, listen to this, okay? This is a serious thing. Listen to this for a second. If I was coaching you in person, if I was sitting right next to you, and I was watching you play a game of StarCraft 2, and you have no emphasis on macro, and I keep telling you to macro, and you just don't do it, and you keep trying to micro, and you just fuck your macro up like crazy. And let's say you take a fight with your opponent when you're at 110 supply, and your opponent's at like 166. And then you ask me, Vibe, how do I micro this? I'm going to be like...
Ever been to Waffle House? So good.
Okay, so... I'm just going to let you know that you have a mountain to climb right now, because you've already put yourself into a massive negative position, and... You're probably going to lose, even before I say anything. Like,
got back to 3k MMR and am now getting my S handed to me again. Sad times.
Yeah, no worries. Keep it up. Keep up the positive attitude, dude. TGO, you got this, man. You got it. Summilux, thank you for the bits as well. Thank you, guys. But yeah, like if you're just like not, if you are literally not fucking investing yourself into good preparation. How the hell can I tell you how to win? You're just gonna die all the time. I'm gonna be like, oh, fuck, dude. How do I win a fight when I'm super far behind? Okay, well, let's get really technical here. And then, like, the process of having to describe that would take probably like 5 minutes, and I have about 5 seconds to tell you what to do, right? Because there's so much to it. If you're that negative and you want to like try to catch back up, there's so much to it that you gotta like fix. And players that are lower level just don't understand that concept. They're like, can you just tell me what to do? Like, die, I guess, because you don't have a good build. I guess just fucking start over, because your build sucks ass. Okay, let's go ahead and make drones for our third. Let's inject our hatcheries. Our opponent went for chrono boosted council, by the way. Oh, here we go. Nice. Space Duck, much love, dude. Thank you for the support. All right, guys, let's do this. Let's just make roaches, and we'll leave roaches in 2 different bases, like this. Roaches are here. Roaches are here. Make drones again. Why? He is not even trying to kill my roaches, guys. Let's run my drones away for a second. Let's run away for a second.
Thanks for the streams.
So yo, thank you guys for the $5 support, Space Duck, and 25 for the lip. Thank you for the 30 month resub. What did I just do there, guys? I just told my roaches. I made a lot of roaches, by the way. I have 21 roaches. I made roaches go to the main mineral line, and I left roaches at the natural mineral line. And now that I have a third base, you know what I'm going to do? Grab some roaches from the main, grab some roaches from the natural, control click the roaches so I don't deselect the queen somehow, and then tell... Actually, I'm going to bring the queen, to be honest, because it needs to have an injector. And then I'm going to... so now I'm going to have roaches at the natural, roaches at the third, and roaches in the main. And now if this guy continues to attack us, he'll always be running into roaches. Easy peasy. Now I'm going to go back to making drones. I can also make my hydrogen, because... and my second evo, because we're making drones like crazy now. And... yeah. We just defended a adept attack. All I did was I chased the shade with my safety roaches while making more roaches, and then he shaded to my main when my roaches spawned, and I just let my roaches split into 2 different bases. Half my roaches go down, half my roaches go up. And now that I have a third base, now I split my roaches into thirds. Okay, now look at this, right? He's attacking this base. Uh-oh. That is, I mean, he's making charge. Okay, now he's got a big attack. So let's grab my roaches and come back like right here. Regroup and make roaches. Why? He's going for fucking aggression. Full on aggression. Now all my roaches are going to A-move towards this, and I'm making roaches as well at the same time. I can take my drones, and I can A-move the back of the immortals. So that my drones start taking damage for the roaches, and my roaches get more damage up time. Inject. Inject. How's the fight going? It's going pretty good. Looks like we're winning the fight. So take drones back to the mineral line. And make drones. GG. Thanks, man. Much love, dude. So we just got all in right there by an adept opener into a charge lot immortal all in. This is guaranteed going to be a 2-base build. Even though he's got a third, he didn't mind shit from the third. That's super all in. Also, if your opponent usually leaves the game after they fail an attack, it usually means they didn't keep up with you in economy. That's generally the concept there. So let's take a quick gander at this game. Yeah. TL Attack, thank you for the prime. Much love, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate you, man. Okay, so we're making, you know, everything is normal, right? Making our drones, making our lair, getting our third queen, doing all the standard stuff. Okay, one thing it's okay. It's not that big of a deal. I was about to say I shouldn't have made my gas that fast, but we're already back to 16, and it's only been like 10 seconds. I honestly should have delayed my gas just by a little bit, just by a tad, but it's whatever. It's fine. It's pretty normal. The build's mostly fine. It's almost like inconsequential because I'm still prioritizing drones. And now here comes the attack, right? Here comes the attack. So how did I set this up? Our opponent attacks us, and we're like, oh, whoa, 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 whoa! There's a depths. Now I am not going to chase the depths. I am not going to chase the adepts. I'm going to chase the shade. And look at the production tab. Oops, I did not mean to do that. Shit, sorry. Let me go back to where it was. I hit the wrong button. Okay, so he's right here. So I am now seeing this is happening right now. And again, now just like we were before, I am not going to chase the adepts. I am going to chase the shade. Because the shade is going to go to my mineral line and his adepts are running away from my base. Now, if he was in this base, if he was in this mineral line, I would not run and chase the shade. Because if it meant that I chased the shade, that he just kills all my drones here, well, then I'm going to protect my drones. I am just going to protect... I'm going to again, you got to understand the concept here. I am going to prioritize not letting my drones die over trying to kill his adepts. I don't give a shit if I kill the adepts or not. It's a byproduct of the result of saving my drones. So if he runs away from my base and then shades to my drones, I'm not going to chase the adept to try to kill one more adept and suddenly like 8 more shade over here. No, I'm going to protect my drones. I am going to protect my drones. So if he shades, I'm going to chase the shade. These drones are not in harm's way at all. The adepts are super far away. There is no risk here for those drones. And look at production. I'm going to start making roaches because this dude is going for a lot of adepts right now. Now he cancels. So I chase the shade all the way up to here and he cancels. So what am I going to do now? I'm going to go right back down to the depths now because now he's actually putting my drones in harm's way. So get my ass down to the natural and get him off of my fucking mineral line. Get him out of there. But now this time, look at the roaches I'm making now. Now I have a lot of roaches being made. I already have roaches here that are safety roaches, and I have more roaches that are more than halfway done. And the shade just started, which is a 6-second shade. So what I can do now, remember how I said I'm going to chase the shade because the adepts were over here running away from my base, but if he was here at my mineral line, I would not chase the adepts. Because what happens is if I chase the adepts, or if I chase the shade, he could run to the right and kill all my drones. I don't want that to happen. That sucks. These drones are just as valuable as these drones. So he's already here, so I'm going to protect these fucking drones. But now, because the shade is going to my main base, I'm just going to rally point my hatcheries to the main mineral line, so new roaches that spawn will walk to the mineral line and protect my drones. And those are different roaches from these roaches. So I will now protect my roaches here, or my drones here. He shades. And my roaches are going to fucking sit here, right? They're just going to chill. And why are they chilling? Why are they not running back to the main base? Because for all I fucking know, another round of 8 adepts are going to come over here and kill all my drones again. If this guy's going to play a build where he chrono boosts out a council and goes for an adept glaive build, opener, there's a good chance he might do lots and lots of rounds of attack. This is how you can set up a defense for multi-prong. Those adepts have no chance to beat my roaches. No chance. He's not trying to kill my army. He's just trying to kill my drones. So now these drones are protected because they have roaches that are their bodyguards over here. And all those new roaches I made are in the main base, and more are popping out in the main base. And these roaches are once again killing the adepts. These roaches are still sitting here. But these roaches that are new are in the main base killing all the adepts either way. And then I run the drones away for a second. And at the end of the day, after that attack is over, and now he's lost everything, I stop making roaches and I start making drones again because these roaches are almost done now. So we're going back into droning because now at this point I have enough roaches to protect myself. Even if another wave comes, I can just make drones again because I have enough roaches to guard myself. Easy peasy. And at the end of the day, worker count is almost even. We're only like going to be 1 drone behind him, all things considered, which is not bad. And the reason why it's not bad is because Terran and Protoss can mine the equivalent amounts of resources for what you mine because the other race has mules like Terran does. So having an equal count to Protoss with workers is totally acceptable. However, we already have a 3rd base, so we can produce units faster than Protoss. This 3rd base is huge. Not only that, but we also now have a big advantage in supply because my opponent just threw away a bunch of adepts to even out the worker count, but it did not even out the army count. So we both have equal economies, but I'm ahead of supply of him by 30. So which means my army supply is 48, his is only 18. So we are crushing the fucking army supply right now. And again, it's because he wasn't trying to kill roaches. He was just trying to kill drones. And I made roaches in the beginning just to protect my drones with a split, like we talked about. But now that I can go back to drones again, now suddenly I'm not only going to maintain supply lead, but I also shoot up really fast into worker lead. Because now we're back in the economy tab again, or back in the economy department again. And like we talked about, now we can split 1/3 of our roaches to the 3rd base because this base needs to be protected as well. What if adepts come here? I don't fucking know, right? We want to make sure this base doesn't die either. So now we have roaches, we have roaches, we have roaches.
Yeah.
Just sitting there.
Hey Vibe, hope all is well, brother.
Yo, Soup Third, thank you very much for the 7, dude. Much love, man. Appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hope you're doing well. And now we're taking drone lead, right? So we were maintaining supply lead, and we're taking drone lead. And now my opponent is once again coming to attack us. So these initial roaches protected these drones, but now we got to be careful. Because this is not a number one, this is not a depths anymore. And number two, the other concept of why we got to be careful is this attack is like 2 minutes later than his last attack. So if somebody stops attacking you, if someone attacks you with an army and they lose that army, and then they attack you right away, right again, right after, like within 15 seconds, you know that means that they're constantly sending all the units that they make, they're constantly sending to your base to try and kill you, and like as fast as possible. They're applying pressure constantly. But if someone has like a lull in the combat, like they just don't fight you for 2 minutes, you gotta ask yourself, is this guy just amassing an army right now? Is he stockpiling units? That is very possible. And are we freaking out about that? No, we're not freaking out about that. But we should be careful now because, again, this is not a depths. It's charge lots instead. And also, it hasn't attacked me for a long time. We probably want to get my army ready to go down here because this no longer seems like it's multi-pronged aggression. It seems like it might be full-on fucking attack. And then we haven't confirmed it yet. Well, for all we know, there could be a warp prism coming over to the main base with more zealots. But it would be weird because if you're going to go zealots, you just go zealots. And if you're going to go depths, you just go depths. It's weird to go one or the other. But now as soon as we see this, yeah, no, it's an attack. Those immortals, that is fucking definite attack. These immortals will beat the shit out of those roaches. So damn fast. So what do? If my army is spread out into 3 clumps, I don't really want to lose my first clump for no reason. This is a similar concept if these were like siege tanks for Terran. I don't want to lose my army in thirds and give the siege tanks like advantage of giving their DPS uptime. Like think about it like this, okay? Think about it like this. If my opponent is going to fight my army in 3 different clumps of army, it means that these immortals might take 3 seconds to kill these roaches. And then 3 seconds later, these roaches would get down here and arrive, and then it would take 3 seconds for the immortals to kill these roaches. And then 3 seconds later, these roaches would be there, and while these roaches are dying, these roaches would once again now be here, and then 3 seconds after these roaches die, these roaches would now finally get in the fight, and then they would die as well. So if you understand what I mean is, if I have my army in 3 different clumps that are staggered along my base, and it's none of them are enough to overpower this army, all I'm going to do if I just A-move this is I'm going to give the immortals like 9 seconds of uptime of killing roaches constantly. And I'm never going to overwhelm him. And it's just going to make the immortals kill shit like crazy. And I don't want that to happen. How about instead, I send my roaches up here for 3 seconds. These roaches are already here, so they'll just be there anyways. And then these roaches will come down here for 3 seconds, which gives the immortals 0 seconds of DPS time, because they're not killing any of my roaches. And then suddenly, when he has to finally fight my army, it's all like 20 of my roaches at once, instead of 7, and then 7, and then 7 or 6 or whatever. I hope that makes sense. But all we do is we go, oh, he's here with a fuckload of immortals. Let's right-click here, group up my army, and then re-attack towards him. Easy peasy. It gives us a way better chance to win. And behind it, we make roaches again and not drones, because this is a serious attack. Immortals are fucking really, really strong, and it's a serious investment. Like, he is not going to run away with this, is what I mean. So a lot of times we make drones when someone runs away from us, and we make roaches or hydras or whatever when they attack us. Now this dude has no signs of running away. We actually run away to group our army up, and what does he do? He goes right for my fucking drone line and my hatchery. And he kills my queens. Like, he is not running away, guys. So I make roaches. I'm making 10 roaches right now. And now my army all engages him at once. And it doesn't engage him with all these, like, half-assed, like, 7, 6, 7. And look, even though we grouped up our whole army, I'm still fucking getting my ass kicked. It's really scary. Immortals are really good units. So I pull my drones just to be extra safe. And we're making more roaches just to be extra safe. And ultimately what ends up happening is, you know, we end up just kind of eking out the fight here. We end up overpowering him and he dies. And now that he's dead, now what do? Now look at the production. What is the next thing I'm going to make? It's definitely not going to be roaches. It's going to be drones again. Because I just killed his army. So no longer am I scared. I'm like, I'm in a good position now. I can definitely make drones. And I can fix the economy that just died again. And even though, look at the economy right now, right? These drones aren't even out yet. Or some of them did spawn, actually. We'll go back to right before they spawned. So these drones have not spawned yet. And look at the economy. He once again, after we defended that fight, it's the same exact thing that happened with the Adepts. He once again knocked my drone count down back to what he's at. So he knocked me back from like probably like 56 down to like 47. Something around there. And now he's at 45. So he killed drones to only tie us out. But in the process of doing that, he threw away his entire army, and we still have our army. So now, just like last time, we have a matching economy, but I have like double his supply now. I have way more army supply, 48 to 9. So that's why I have so much more fucking supply right now. This is the point I'm trying to make here for a lot of Zergs. Some of you might already understand this, or it might starting to be it might already be clicking for you in your brain. But some of you might not be understanding what I'm trying to explain here. And the point I'm trying to explain is you are more than capable of making your drones when your opponent is not attacking you, and then making army when your opponent does attack you, because we have safety roaches in these builds that will buy us time to reinforce our army more throughout the fight. And if the worst case scenario is you made a lot of drones and you have to use them in the fight, 9 times out of 10, especially in these leagues if you can macro well, you'll just end up evening out with your opponent in terms of economy. You won't even be behind. Like, this was 2 all-ins in a row. This was like a little bit of a harass into an all-in. And both times we got attacked, our drone count never dropped below our opponents. It was just like even, pretty much. Like, it did drop like below 3, and the second time it was above by 2. But you get the point. It's super close. The economy like evens out for the most part. But yeah, I just want you guys to understand that you should be making drones. I do not want you to be that guy that fights against those Adepts, and you make roaches against those Adepts, and then the Adepts die, and then you just sit there for the next 5 minutes making roaches and 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 roaches off of like 40 drones or 39 drones. And you're like, I hope it works. Don't be that guy, because that guy has no idea what he's doing. That guy loses games all the time when his opponent scouts and goes, this guy is just making mass roaches on like fucking no economy. How about I just play defensive now? And then he has to attack me when I'm defensive, which is going to increase my chances to not die. And if he fails that attack, well, then the game's over and I win. So yeah, I don't want you to be that guy. It's the main reason why I'm trying to explain that concept. The worst thing you can do is panic and just make roaches like all day. Same thing with Zerg, any unit for Zerg. If you panic and avoid making economy because you think you're gonna die, all you're doing is you're increasing your chances to die against good players. That's all you're doing in reality. A good player will abuse you every time you do that because they'll scout you and they just won't attack you again. And they'll be like, watch this guy just keep making fucking Zerglings for the next 6 minutes. Okay. I'll just go Colossus or something, or Lurkers, and then you just die while I make drones or probes or whatever race I am. Okay, this is the weird map. So on this map in ZVZ, if this was a Zerg versus Protoss or a Zerg versus Terran, I would say you should scout the ramp of the natural first, just to see what they're building. But against Zerg specifically, I would say, honestly, I would prefer you to scout like the front of the natural ramp. And the reason why is because you don't need to see the Zerg's main to know what the Zerg is doing. And like, if you see the Zerg's main, that could definitely give you a lot of information, and that's all good. But yeah, it's nice to know if they expand, and it's hard for people to read that sometimes, especially if you don't know how to read people's builds. So if you see the expansion, that tells you so much more about their build than if you see their main base. And also, if you see their main base and they go for a really quick queen, there's a chance their overlord might also die.
We require more minerals.
Okay, so we're gonna scout the natural, and we're gonna go outside the ramp with our overlord. That's the idea. We're gonna leave our second overlord in front of our natural. And why are we doing that? We're doing that because if he sends zerglings at me that I somehow miss with my first overlord because he goes up and around or something, I'll catch them with my second overlord. Good chance I will not. There's no way I can be all in right now without knowing about it. So again, the overlord's making its way towards the natural right here in the upper ramp area for the natural. Okay, let's go ahead and saturate our gas. And there you go, he expanded. Now look at that expansion. Look at our expansion. It's the same thing, right? I don't have to scout his main to know he went for hatchery first. So we're not feeling threatened at all about anything he's doing. There's nothing this guy's doing that's making me feel threatened. Another thing we can do with another overlord now is like we can move another overlord up here or something like that. We can move this overlord maybe a little bit back. That way we can still see the edge of the ramp like this, but we're further away so the queen has a lower chance to kill me. Let's make a layer. Okay, queen can defend zerglings. It's all good. Hey, move my drones onto the zerglings. Cool.
Vibe you 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 vibe you.
What's up, dude? Thank you for the bits. Bro toss some dynamite. Thank you, dude. Okay, let's go ahead and get our roach horn and an evo chamber. We're gonna build these in front of our base again. Why? Because this is a Zerg player, and Zerg is fucking scary. You don't have to do this as much against Protoss or Terran, really. We'll start doing it probably a little bit more against Terran. If we do this build against Terran and Protoss later on, we'll like look what's happening on the minimap. Do you see that red fucking flood coming at me right now? There's a lot of units coming at me right now. So this is important. Okay, we'll break this down, but this is a big tip, okay? The Queen's ass is free. I can build an evo chamber there if I need to. It's important to know that. It is fucking important to know that. Why am I going to do that? Because I'm going to build an evo chamber right here. I'm also going to build a creep chamber right there. And then I'm now going to fucking kill zerglings. I still made drones, guys. It's fucking nuts, right? We'll talk a lot about this. See, the guy who asked, Vibe, how do you defend
Hey
the
Vibe,
pools?
what do you think about Dogecoin?
How do you defend fucking all-ins? Here you go, right here. Let this evo chamber finish. Just let it finish. It's all good. Obviously, this wasn't a 12 pool because he went hatch first, but yeah. This was definitely a fucking Ling Flood with Banes. And that's exactly why we wall against Zerg, because they always do this shit. Like, Zergs love all-inning you. It happens all the time. This is a very common strategy for Zerg players. Just go mass speedlings. Now I'm sitting back here, getting ready here pretty soon to make my third base. But I'm not going to break down this wall until I have some roaches. And because there's an army already at my base, I want to make more roaches in safety now. Sorry. This guy's definitely doing an aggressive attack, so let's make more than safety. Let's make roaches up to like maybe like double what safety is. Let's like go to like 6 to 8 safety. So let's go like the double like the max end of that. So 8's like max end of 6 to 8. Let's make like 16 roaches just to be extra safe. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is we can send all our roaches up to the third base, guard it, and we can leave another queen in the doorway. I can start making drones again. This is a moment. A lot of people would freak out again. They'd be like, I'm gonna die. I doubled up on safety. I'm feeling good now because the roaches are pretty fucking durable, and they're just gonna sit here near the hatchery.
Can you wall fast enough even after taking a third?
I should actually move those roaches out there too, to be honest. Can you do what now? Sorry. Can you wall fast enough even after taking a third base? Yeah. You shouldn't be taking a third base that fast. There's no way I could defend a third base if he attacked it right away. Like I just started being able to defend my third base now, and he attacked me like 2 minutes ago. Okay, let's get 2-1 upgrades. Let's get a hydrogen. Let's get a second gas in my main base. Let's make more drones. Let's keep making overlords as well because we are supply blocked for a second here. Let's make another queen for creep spread and injects and stuff like that. Yeah, let's because we took the queen out of the doorway, let's put a couple roaches back in the natural. Because if this guy runs into our main base in our natural, that's going to suck. So, because he's all about harassing us, right? Lings are scary if you let them run over your economy. It's definitely scary. Yeah, let's go take a fourth base because we're fully saturated. Now let's cut my roach count like in half again. Send some roaches up here to escort that because again, he's got lings. So we want to make sure our base does not die to a bunch of fucking lings every single time we try to take it. How many drones we got? We got 67. We're good to go. Now let's start making hydras to 120 supply. Make creep tumors. Transfer drones to gases. Okay. And a couple more hydras. And now we can make drones again. Notice how I haven't even seen what he's going for, really? Okay, now he's going roaches. It's fine. Let's make drones again to 85. Drones again to 85. Doesn't take very long to do this. And again, anyone who's like a higher level Zerg player, yes, we will not be playing like this once we get higher level. There's more things to it than just what we're doing. I know a lot of Zerg players out there are probably like, that are higher level are probably like, oh my god, this is so fucking greedy. This is also platinum. It's very doable in platinum. Because people in platinum tend to waste a lot of time. And this just guarantees you're going to win. So like, for instance, what I mean by that, for people who don't understand what I mean, if this was higher level, there's a good chance you would get run over by like a roach ravager timing while you made too many drones and you could die. So ZVZ, we're actually going to drop the drone count down in later leagues because we're going to be more aggressive ourselves. But again, are we being aggressive right now? Definitely not. We're just sitting here defensively. So we're definitely taking advantage of the economy.
Vibe, what I meant was, can you wall fast enough after going fast 3 third base with Baneling Nest?
I still don't understand what that means, dude. Can you wall fast enough after going fast 3 third base? Who's going to third base in this situation? Are you saying I'm the one going for a third base against a Baneling Nest? Or are you saying the guy who went Baneling Nest is going for a third base and he wants to wall? I don't understand what you're asking me. I'm sorry. I literally don't understand what you mean. Transfer drones. Again, is it just me who's not understanding this? Are you guys like, Vibe, you're an idiot? I don't get it. I'm sorry. Okay, we maxed out. So now that we maxed out, we don't have an overseer yet. Let's just send a roach to the top of the map.
Keep being awesome and cool.
Cool. Thank you, dude. Appreciate the support, Zach the White Cat. Thank you, dude. And also 39 Stripes. Thank you again for the bits, dude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I think the thing I'm not understanding is, you guys have to realize, the attack that attacked me, I didn't have enough drones to take a third yet. I could not take a third yet. Like, he was already going to my base before I was fully saturated on the natural. And I was making drones during the fight. Because I was not making lings or roaches, because roach one wasn't done yet. And I also wasn't making lings, because what's the point of making lings if I just wall them out? Okay, so we found his base. It's that base right there. That's his newest base. So now let's go attack him. Okay, he's right here. So now let's do this. Right click. Green box half my army. Make a concave. And right click. Shift. A move. It's also not right click, by the way. Sorry, it's not right click. It's a move. I'm fucking a moving. I'm not right clicking. I'm not move committing my army. But I did right click there, but the rest of it was a move. Like, I just right clicked to spread out, but I a moved the rest. I don't want to walk into his army like a derpy boy and just lose everything. That's not what you want to do. Okay, let's inject another base. Transfer some drones to another mineral line. And drone count is super good. We can make hydras and roaches again. And our opponent's dead. So we'll talk about this game again when this is over.
Mineral field. Our forces are under attack. Battlefield defeated.
39 Stripes says I'm not good at explaining. 39 Stripes. The only thing the only real answer I can give you is a third base isn't even a relevant thing to think about with the build we just went up against. There's no reason to even consider a third base. Yeah. You shouldn't even be thinking about a third base in this situation. And why? Here, let me explain it again, because I feel like you're missing a big point here. And people that think like, why not take a third? Or I don't know what you're asking me, but I think this is what you're asking me. Watch this. Notice how he's already running links to my base. Now, obviously, this is not the all-in. This is the very first things that attack my drones. Vibe, we're talking about a third base at like 30 supply. It's what Pig does. It's not even the same build, dude. You're talking about a speedling opener. I will get there. I will do speedling builds in Diamond League. I will get there. This is not speedling openers. But you can see he attacks me, and he loses the, you know, the lings. He kills one drone. We could have microed the drone, honestly. We could have microed the drone. A cool way you can micro the drone, like right here, for instance, is you could run the drone away, and you could actually build a spore crawler. I was highly considering doing it, but I decided not to. Just because, again, it's fine. I'll do more extreme shit like that in Diamond Plus, because again, I did say I was gonna micro my drones, but yeah, I don't know. It just feels kind of extreme sometimes. Like, this didn't need to be microed, and it was all good. But I could have grabbed the drone that was getting killed right now and told it to run away and build a spore. I could build a spore like right there, and it would pop into a spore crawler. Lings would die, and then I could cancel the spore crawler, and it's much cheaper than losing a drone. Could have done that. We didn't do it. It's okay. Now look at my Zerg opponent. Right? So we're making drones, making drones, making drones, making drones. We're starting our Roach Warren, and we're starting our Evo Chamber because we just made drones after the inject. And right after we started these buildings, we now want to start gases to support these buildings. We could try to send a drone up to our third base to take a third, but there is a Zergling there, and we have no way to protect our drone. So the Zergling would literally kill our drone. It would path block the drone from building the hatchery, and then it would just kill the drone. And then even though that drone would die if we sent it out by itself right now, and I have no way to make roaches right now to protect it, and I don't even have speed, nor am I wanting to get speed here. We're not trying to use speedlings in this build right now. But shortly after we build that building, we haven't even started our gas yet, we get fucking flooded by a lot of lings. How do we know we were getting flooded? We saw it on the mini-map. So I can, again, your eyeball should be in the middle of the command card, top right for your supply. You should not be staring here very much, by the way. Like, if I really were to think about it, let's just say, if we're going to talk about the amount of time out of 100%, where should your eyeballs be? I would say probably like 20% of the time, they should be in the middle of the screen. Probably like 10% of the time, they should be in the top right of the screen. And then probably like 35% of the time, they should be in the command card in the bottom middle. And probably like 35% of the time, they should be looking towards the mini-map. Or like having an idea of somewhere down here. Like in this realm of area on the screen. You should be looking near the bottom middle, bottom left side of the screen most of the time. Especially when you're learning how to macro. Because it helps you, because again, the reason why is a lot of times we're actually playing the game off the mini-map. And also, a lot of times, we're playing the game off the command card in the bottom middle. Happens a lot. You do check up on your bases to be like, is the base looking good with the drone count? You do check up here and go, is my drone count good? Is my resources good? How about my overlord supply? Is that good? Those are all still relevant things to look at, but you don't have to stare at it. You can just be like, glance at it. Cool. I think we're good for now. Come back again in 10 seconds. Look at it one more time again for 1 second. Stuff like that.
Hey Vibe, you should take a nasal allergy medicine like Flonase. I think it would help you out loads. Hate seeing you suffering.
Thank you, Dr. Wang. Much love. It's okay. But we see, we see the Zerg player attacking us with the speedlings. And then, remember how I was talking about how we tested the Evo chamber? That's huge. It's very important. And why did we why did we do that? That actually won us the game, by the way. That's what won us the game right now. We moved our queen into the doorway. I then... Vibe, I don't think you do that, though. I don't want to do what? Look at the bottom of the screen a lot? I definitely do. I look at the bottom of the screen quite a lot, which is why I almost never miss anything off the minimap. It's very rare. And again, I'm giving... like, a lot of times, too, guys, what am I telling you to do? Okay. Oh, my God. In Bronze League. What were we doing in Bronze League? 5 SD. 5 SD. 5 SD. 5 SD. 5 SV. 5 SD. 5 SD. 5 SD. 5 SV. And then what was the only time I wasn't doing 5 SD? What was I doing instead? Creep. 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 Inject. 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 As soon as I was done with that, what did I go back to doing? 5 SD. 5 SD. 5 make Roach. 5 SR. 5 SR. 5 make Hydra. 5 SH. 5 SH. All the macro cycles are done off the bottom middle of the screen. You should be looking at your larva on the bottom middle of the screen. Now, I'm not going to tell you all the shit I told you in Bronze League and Platinum again. Because, I mean, we already did it in Bronze, right? We covered it in Bronze. So, it is what it is. We covered it in Bronze League. And if anyone is... if anyone is confused, definitely go back and watch previous videos. Learn the basics. But a lot of the game, a lot of our eyesight does pay attention a lot to the bottom of the screen. Quite often. And then again, right here, we saw we're getting all in. So now that we're getting all in, now we can pay attention more to the middle of the screen. Because there's a fight happening. When fights happen, yeah, you do pay attention more to the middle of the screen. That's just by default, that's what happens. So, what's happening now is, again, I'm going to say this one more time because it's very important. What we did with our drone, when the lings were like right here, and I move my queen, right now when I move my queen, and I go, oh fuck, he's all-inning me. I move my queen. I literally move my queen into the position where I want it to be between the Roach Warren and between the Evo Chamber. I want it to be between these two buildings, but I do not want the queen's ass to be protruding out of the bottom right. I do not want the queen to block an Evo Chamber if I wanted to build an Evo Chamber there. So I test it, and I grab a drone, and I say, hey, build an Evo Chamber. And if it's all green right there, it means we can build it. And the goal is, I'm actually going to fucking seal the wall and lock the queen out. I'm actually going to seal it and make the queen get locked out. And why do I not do it right now? The reason why I don't do it right now is because there's a chance this guy doesn't flood us. If this is it, if all he wants to do is send like 10 Zerglings at me, I don't need to build an Evo Chamber. Or if I started one eventually later, I could always cancel it. But I don't know yet if he's going to all-in me or not. This could just be a pressure, like a harassment. And he's like, ah, fuck, I'm not getting much done with 10 lings or 8 lings or whatever he made. It wasn't a ton. But then as soon as he gets to my wall, and I keep seeing lings flood out of his base, and banelings also start coming down to the base, this is when I was like, ah, okay, fuck yeah, we need to build the Evo Chamber. Yep. Build the Evo Chamber, because he is committed. And the queen doesn't die in like a 1 second. It has time. It's tucked into a doorway. So it has time to survive. And I build an Evo Chamber again now behind the queen, because now I can confirm that, like, I saw the baneling, more lings showed up, more lings are coming. This is committed. This is fully committed. I can just now wall my queen out, make an Evo Chamber, we're good to go. And a cool thing we tried to do, but it didn't quite work, is I made an Evo Chamber, or I made a, behind my Evo Chamber here, I made a creep tumor on my queen itself. You can see I just made a creep tumor right there. You can see that little health bar right there? That is a creep tumor. And there's 2 things that this creep tumor does. 2 things. Number 1, it displaces the queen. And if the queen actually has enough health to survive, if I accidentally thank you for
Man,
the
that
two.
queen got some back. Hey girl, back that up.
Okay, thanks man for the two. Your name's fucked up though, but thank you for the two. If the queen puts a creep tumor down, and the lings are blocking the queen in the front, and the Evo chamber now that I just built behind it is blocking the queen in the back, and then the roach warren and the other Evo chamber are blocking the queen on the sides. It means the queen is literally putting a creep tumor down right below its feet, and there's buildings and units all in a circle around it, like, you know, compressing it into a little tiny hole. What it does is it makes the queen displace, and it makes your queen, if you then tell your queen to right click behind the wall, your queen can genuinely walk over a fucking building. It can walk over the Evo chamber, and it can walk back to like right here. Because the queen becomes displaced, and the unit is trying to find a place to like stand, essentially. Because obviously, if I walked my queen further forward into the lings, it would just die. The queen would just insta die to more lings attacking it. So if I walk back, the queen has a chance to live, and if it does live, the queen can shoot over the wall and kill lings even faster. But it doesn't live, it dies. But here's the second thing. This Evo chamber minimizes surface area of what can attack now, because this creep tumor is now in the same place the queen just was, and now he cannot attack this Evo chamber with his lings. He cannot attack this roach warren with a ling in that spot of that creep tumor, and he cannot attack this Evo chamber in that spot where that creep tumor is. It minimizes surface area of my buildings to be attacked until it dies, so it just buys my buildings more time. And then eventually, he tries to kill it. He actually focus fires it there, and he kills it. Brotas.
Big Bertha is not a gambit to be thrown away.
Thank you, Brotas. Much love, dude, for the bits. Yeah. And then now, at this point, you know, we already made all of our drones during that. And why did I still make drones during that? Because you got to realize as well, I wasn't at 22 drones and 2 gases when this started, right? I was not. Look at my production. I still make drones. I'm still making drones. I'm still making drones. I'm making drones. He's all inning me right now. I see it. I move over my shit. I get ready to build my Evo chamber. I'm still making drones. Or I'm going to... my larvae just popped off the hatcheries, and I build my Evo chamber, and then I make a round of drones, right? So I'm still making drones even though this is happening. And why is that? Why am I making drones? Because I cannot fucking make roaches, and the last thing I want to do is make some slow-ass Zerglings against someone who has Speedling Baneling. I'm going to fucking die. And another reason why I'm not making spines is because spines have a super long build time, and the spines are going to be done by the time roaches would be done, and it would be redundant. It wouldn't really make a difference. Like, I don't need to fucking make spines right now because the roach warren's already almost done as it is, and a spine color is like a fucking 40-second build time structure. It's 36 seconds. Super long build time. And at this point, I can just make roaches.
Easy game, easy life.
Oh, Mike, thank you for the $1 dono, dude. Much love. So yeah, we just wait for roaches. And while we're waiting for roaches, we just made drones. I just made drones. There's 2 reasons why we're making drones as well. Here's the final piece of all of it. What if my wall was starting to break? What if? You know what we could do? I could make another Evo chamber right there. I can make another Evo chamber right there. I can make another Evo chamber like right there. I could put my queen in the doorway right there. I couldn't make an Evo chamber right there because the hatchery's too close to it. It would block it. I can make another Evo chamber right there. I can make another Evo chamber right there. I can make another Evo chamber right there. Blah, blah, blah. I can fill in the gaps with more Evo chambers. I could continue to fill in the gaps with Evo chambers. And you know what? If I have a lot of drones, it's easy to do that. It's very easy to grab 2 more drones and make 2 more Evos right there if I need to, if I just made a bunch of drones. So this wall has still so much more power to it. And you want to know the cool thing about an Evo chamber? Not only does it wall off and keep the links from getting your base, but every time an Evo chamber finishes and then dies, it spawns broodlings. It spawns a bunch of broodlings that pop out, and broodlings are very comparable to damage and health of a Zergling. So I could actually kill Zerglings with broodlings.
Hey, can you make the queen inject again? Sorry, appreciate you.
What? What are you talking about? Thank you very much for the 2. Paraphilia. What? What is that, just like a fetish? I don't know what that means. but okay. Like I love watching queens sneeze on shit. Oh yeah. When I'm not watching Vibes B2GM series with Zerg, I'm watching sneezing videos on YouTube. Best sneeze compilations. Here you go, sneezer. Look at it. Watch. I'll give you the money shot. Here we go. Let's get right into her face. Do it. Is she gonna do it? Do it. Inject. We have bad macro. Oh my god. Here we go. Yeah, I selected her. Oh, I deselected her now. There you go. There's the sneeze. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Okay. Yeah. My Twitch chat has gone down to the shitter at this point. And yeah, we're good to go. I don't know what else to say there. And then now that Roach Warren's done, now that we're also fully saturated, these are safety roaches. But now we're going to make more than safety roaches because he's being super aggressive. And we guard our third, and then now we're just going to times 8 this now. And this is going to be another example of efficiency versus non-efficiency. That's all it's going to be. Actually, surprisingly enough, he has more drones than I do at the moment. That's a surprise. And the reason why that is because he actually took a faster third while he played aggressive. So he had more larvae to work with. But look, we had a better tech advantage. We actually, he's actually in the phase of the game where he's making half units, he's making roaches, he's making drones, he's making roaches, he's making drones. He's now making hydras, we're making drones. We basically slammed out drones, did a wave of units, and then slammed out drones again. We did safety units, but we mostly slammed out drones. Our opponent is kind of going wishy-washy. He slammed out drones after the attack, which was good. But then now after that, after he started making roaches and ravagers and then now also hydras, he's going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, which is why we actually had a drone deficit in the 50s, and now we're at around 80 and he's only at 64. We're actually going to be above 80 in a second. So yeah, now we've got to that ideal drone count faster, and now he's going to be on defense all game because we're going to max out faster than he is, and he's just going to die. Phase 2 of Zerg initiated right now, max out style. And then this is why when we push him, we just run his ass over. Also, upgrades right now for us are 2-1. Upgrades for him are 2-1, actually. Not bad. Not bad. This guy played a little bit better than I expected, to be honest, watching the replay. Got a token foremost. Yeah, he's still dead, though. He just doesn't have enough. And now that he's starting to lose economy, the game's just over. Because again, we're just gonna always be able to remax repeatedly, and yeah, it's rough for him at this point. And then our hydras and roaches are just crushing face. He bros the ramp with lurkers. That was good by him. He should be able to kill my army with this, but at the same time, like, at what cost though, right? He's losing everything. He lose everything. Hey, honestly, Obama, you played pretty well, honestly. Like, I did not expect.
Sorry, can I get
much.
close up on the tumor now? You're great, man, thanks.
Oh, thanks for the 2 again. Much love. Thank you. Poor YouTube watchers who are serious about learning. It's okay. It's okay. I mostly stick to the point. I don't deviate too much. I think stuff like that sometimes can be kind of funny. Like, it makes it a little bit more down to earth, not so robotic, but it's just weird. But no, I'm not going to start doing creep tumor money shots. Vibe, stop ignoring me. Hi. I have given you attention now. Okay, now we got a Zerg player again. See if we get all in again.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, excuse me. The guy screamed from earlier. That was a yawn. It turned into a burp. Sorry, guys.
We require more minerals.
it can be. To be honest, I would never tell someone in plat to go lurkers, though. Don't go lurkers, guys. Alright, sorry, don't go infestors. Lurkers do everything infestors do, but better for the exact same concept of what someone's talking about like that. This is Legacy of the Void. Lurkers are the new shit. Infestors are no longer what they used to be in Wings of Liberty. So don't make them. And don't even worry about what they were like in Wings of Liberty, because they'll never be like that again, unfortunately. They were just really good. Super good. Those are like my favorite unit back in Wings. They were very good. I spent a couple hours a day on custom games doing my own creep tumor money shots vibe. Oof. I bet your body probably looks like a raisin because you just have no fluids.
Oh, yeah.
Backspace, thank you for the fucking gifted sub. He's trying to trick you into countering infestors. Yeah, I think it's okay. We're going to do the same thing regardless. It's not about what units you make, it's about how your macro is in this league. And we know that. Okay, our opponent expanded, but look, his expansion's still going. Ours is done. So, what does that mean? It means he either went for a later base than we did, just by a little bit, or it means that he might... Well, also there's a second Overlord, so... Here's a cool trick to know, okay? If this second Overlord didn't exist... If the second Overlord did not exist... He might have gone for a pool, and then built no drones, and no Overlord, and then made a hatchery really fast. And he could have actually timed the hatchery to be like ours, and then suddenly he also has a fucking pool. But because we saw that second Overlord, and we also saw the first Overlord over here, we can guarantee that there's two Overlords now. Which means that it's impossible that he went pool before hatchery. It's a little bit of advanced Zerg scouting there, but interesting to think about. Second Overlord told us that there's no chance of an all-in. Like early. Like we can't die like right now, for instance. And that doesn't mean he can't all-in later, but it does mean he can't all-in right now. So like that attack that's coming with 4 Lings, if those Lings get Ling speed, earliest they're going to have it is around 330, is because that's when a normal traditional speedling opener with hatch first gets speed, is around 330. Okay, let's go ahead and build our Roachhorn and our Evo chamber in the wall here. Made all of our drones. We can start our second Evo chamber as well here pretty soon. Again, why? Because this is Zerg and Zerg is fucked. Zerg is definitely like to be aggressive. Okay, let's take our gases and also take our third base. We can always cancel it. Notice how he's not all-inning me. It's okay, we're fine. We're all good. No need to freak out. Just inject our hatcheries. Let's go ahead and, you know, make things happen here. Okay, start making roaches and overlords.
Acquire more minerals.
Also, just to clarify, there might be someone who's still confused about the whole eyeball thing I talked about earlier, about how your eyes should be at the bottom of the screen most of the time. And lower leagues like platinum and stuff like that and gold, you definitely should look down there a lot more. But once you get like diamond plus, you shouldn't stare down there as much. But you should reference it a lot. Like you should be able to keep tabs on it. Essentially, you should be able to understand that you need to you need to have it as like a reference. It needs to be something that's relevant to you to look down there. Like if you never look at the bottom of the screen, you're doing it wrong. You need to look down there quite a bit as you grow as a player. It's just you don't need to stare at it. You will be staring. The funny thing is you actually you stare at the middle of the screen very little when you're a low-level player, but you stare at the middle of the screen a lot when you're a high-level player. And the reason why you do that is because your eyeballs can snap to the bottom and snap back up to the middle, and they can reference what's going on rather than tunnel vision it and stare at it and go, I gotta look at my larva. I gotta look at my larva. I gotta look at my larva. I hope that concept makes sense. But that is how it will go. And the reason why you'll stare more at the middle of the screen is because, again, you'll be microing more as you grow as a higher level player. But if you're microing when you can't even macro properly, which means you have no emphasis of reference at the bottom of the screen, and you're going to have some fucking problems. You're going to have problems. You're going to struggle. Let's go ahead and take another hatchery. Because we're fully saturated. Let's inject our bases, Let's build another gas. Inject our bases. Drone count is almost done. Let's get 2-1 upgrades. Let's get Hydra upgrades. And finally, let's get 3 drones for that gas right there. And we need 2 more drones for this base over here. Now we're good. Now I can go to making Hydras. And Overlords. And Roaches. And all that stuff. Let's also make an Overseer so we can scout his base. Meanwhile, we're spreading creep. Spreading creep. Spreading creep. Spreading creep. Hey, do I have a 4th queen? Yes, I do. There it is. I was like, where the hell's my queen at? Spawn some more creep like over here or something. Get creep going. Yeah, that Overlord's dead. It's all good. Make some more Hydras. Drop a Changeling, and let's go scout their right side of the map. Make Hydras to 120. And let's make drones now. Back to 85 drones. There's a Changeling hitting my base. You can just kill it, A-move it, or right-click it. Both work. Just get rid of the Changeling. There's an Overseer as well. If you wanted to kill that too, you can always attack it or some shit like, hey, Hydras, go up here and kill it. And boom, it's dead now. Don't tunnel vision it though. Definitely don't stare at it the whole time and be like, I gotta kill it for 30 seconds. If you kill it, just one quick simple action, then go back to macroing. Okay, we're at 87 drones. We're good to go. So now let's take another hatchery again, because this base is going to be fully saturated by the time these drones all spawn. And go into making a lot of units. Let's also start our infestation pit so we can go to 3-3 upgrades. And let's go back into making roaches for a little bit, and we'll make roaches and hydras together. And now we see his army is a bunch of banelings. So we definitely want to make roaches. Ground army, we want roaches. As with hydras behind it. So let's make roaches. Cool. Let's take some gases at our 4th base. Keep making creep tumors everywhere. Okay, and now let's make like one more creep tumor like over here or something, and then we can have this queen start injecting that base right there. Okay, let's go ahead and get a lair, or a hive, sorry, and a lurker den now. Let's make hydras now behind the roaches we just made. We just made a bunch of roaches. Now let's make hydras. Let's make another changeling go on the left side of the map. We're almost maxed out. We're super close. Injected our bases one more time. Do one more round of creep really quickly.
Oh,
creep, creep,
yeah.
creep, 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 creep.
You woo.
And then now let's finish off our hydras, and now we're maxed out on supply at 840, a little bit faster than we normally do. Again, we're definitely cruising here. And now look at the guy, right? He's attacking this base. Let's A-move that base. He's also attacking this base. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna panic, right? Oh my god! No, fuck it. Just A-move the other base now. Drones are gonna die. But what is he playing like? He's playing economy killer style. So what are we gonna do? Make fucking drones. Make another base. This base also just died. So what are we gonna do? Let's double expand now. We just lost 2 bases. Retake this one, and we also take this one. Make drones. Make drones. What's our drone count currently at? Drone count is currently at 68. Definitely a little bit low. Make drones. Okay. Are we freaking out? Definitely not. Okay, let's send our drones up here. It's all good. We can get 3-3 upgrades, or 2-3 upgrades rather. Get some lurker upgrades as well. Drones. Transfer some drones as well off this base over to another base that is being remade, like here. Drones. Drone count is looking pretty fucking good again. Guess what, guys? We're done with drones again, and now we're maxed. Now let's go attack him. Is that an army right there? Is that an actual army? Looks like that's a yes. So we have a nice concave here. Let's A-move it. Follow my hydras with a overseer. And now go back to our army and go back to making roaches and hydras. Transfer drones to a new base that needs more drones. Because again, our focus is economy as a primary. Let's get another queen as well, because our 4th queen died and we want to have 4 queens injecting our hatcheries. So send a queen down to this hatchery to start injecting. Make roaches. And hydras. Start injecting this base. Take our gases. We can always take this base too. Okay, he's attacking us, so let's send our army over here and defend that. It might die. If it dies, it dies. It's okay. Make roaches. It died. What are we gonna do? We're gonna freak out. We're just gonna rebuild it. Rebuild it. And now what I'm gonna do with all these drones that are just like mining like shit? Let's move my army. Let's make a overseer, and let's send these drones all the way over here. Okay. Send more drones all the way over here. Keep making hydras, and let's A-move this area because there's lurkers here, and we have an overseer, and things are looking great. Right? Cool. That was definitely a bit of a fucking crazy engage right there. We almost died, but it's okay. What are we gonna do now? We just defended an attack, and our opponent just backed off. Let's make drones again. Let's go ahead and saturate this base. He's attacking us again, so now let's go back to making units again. It's all good. A-move this base. He's killing my hatchery again. Let's inject our other hatcheries. Inject our other hatcheries. Let's rebuild this hatchery.
Oh, yeah.
Make 2 drones.
Thanks for the series vibe you can.
No worries, dude. Thank you for watching. Okay, let's grab an overseer. Let's like make like another overseer. Let's send another changeling on like the left side of the map. Okay, let's get level 3 carapace on our hydras. Let's transfer some drones off of this base and send them over to another base that needs saturation. And what's happening here? Mass fucking lurkers, right? So we're probably gonna lose this game. It's okay if we do, honestly. It's not. It's whatever. A-move this area because he's currently attacking us. Make our hydras or our overseers like follow a hydra or something, and we're just trying to make units in the process. Yeah, we're gonna die. So we just got fucked by this guy. So we're dead. GG! Always makes you wonder a little bit, but it's okay. We are getting closer to diamond. It's okay. But if you lose a game like this, what is the way we would win this game? How would we actually... how... Vibe might be getting out multitasked right now. Yep. This guy's honestly way too good for me. There's no way I could beat this guy. I think this guy... Thank God hopefully I don't play him anymore because there's no way I'm getting GM with this guy in the mix. We're in platinum. And I am not going to micro against this. I am not going to micro against this. And I'm going to tell you guys right now. If you play an opponent that plays like this, this is above Platinum League. It happens. And if it happens, take it like a fucking man. Or a woman. A whammon. Just take the hit and move on. It's okay. You don't win them all. It's okay. This guy's definitely not diamond. Or he's definitely not platinum. He's fucking multitasking me with lurkers and hydras and banes and shit. That's not platinum. But we just stuck to the plan. We stuck to the plan. We tried to make it work. It is what it is, right? You don't win them all. It's okay. It's okay. So... we're just following the same concepts we've been following the entire time. Which are, you know, we're just making our fucking, our hydras, we're making our roaches, we're making our drones, we're trying to scout the sides of the map with our changelings. Do offensive lurkers count as micro? Definitely yes, they do. That's 100% yes on that. But just to give you guys an idea of what we could have done, okay? If you want me to give you the best piece of information that I could give you, it would be this for platinum level players. If you understand your opponent is playing multi-prong heavy and he is constantly attacking you at this base, and then he's going to attack you at this base, and then he's going to attack you at this base, and he's going to fucking multi-prong you all day. If he's going to do this to you all day, one thing that you can do for yourself is you could just make like 6 lurkers, and you could make like 2 lurkers burrow here. You can make like 2 lurkers burrow here, and you can make like 2 lurkers burrow here. You could put like at least 1 or maybe 2 lurkers at all of your bases that are the really exposed far out bases that are probably going to get smashed by multiple attacks. If your opponent is playing a style that is all about attacking your bases all over the place, if you burrow lurkers at these exposed bases, the chances of these bases dying after that it goes down dramatically. And it doesn't take a lot of micro to do that. If we play against more people that play like this in the future, before we get to Diamond, I will start doing that myself. But it's something that you need to start understanding, where if it's like, oh, your opponent's multi-pronging you from the start, like from now, then obviously that's probably something that would be a good idea. Because we do have a lurker den, we just didn't really use it. And he was like all over me, right? He was all over the multitask. He was attacking that base. He killed that base. He hit this base. He killed this base. Blah, blah, blah. What about spines? Spines are nice. Spines are good, but you got to realize if he's going mass banelings, spine crawlers aren't going to last very long. If he was going just zerglings and like mutas, spines are great. Because spines actually do really well against zerglings. But against banelings, no. Spines are just going to insta-die. Banelings demolish buildings. And then, yeah, we die. It's okay, guys. Like, I'm telling you right now, this is not platinum.
Another day, another dono. Much love,
Thank you, dude.
vibe.
Thank you very much,
Your
E5.
head is feeling better less than 3.
It's definitely not. It's okay, though. Thank you very much, dude. Are evil walls a good idea here? No. It's beyond, like, it's beyond the point of evil walls, guys. No. No. It's beyond the point of that. Because to make evil walls, when you're on like 6 bases, if you made evil walls, you'd have to make probably like 30 evo chambers. 30 of them. Because you're going to make like evil walls like that. You're going to make evil walls like right here. You're going to make evil walls like right there. You're going to make evil walls like right here. You're going to make evil walls like right there. And then what if you want to expand again? You kill your evil walls and you make new evil walls there or some shit? Like, it's going to be so many fucking evo chambers. No, don't do that. This is not Age of Empires. We don't build walls in this shit. We only build walls for your natural, really. But yeah, it's not like your creep is really your aspect of defense because it alerts you where your opponent is coming from. Oops. So yeah, no evil walls. Don't do that. It's good for the natural, but other than that, no, don't do that. Sounds good. I'm gonna make evos now. Okay. All right. I think I'm gonna actually stop reading Twitch chat for a little bit. And actually just make the guide. You guys' questions are terrible right now. Vibe can get outplayed every once in a while, guys. No big deal. Yeah, why did I read that? Oh god, you guys! I swear, Twitch, YouTube people, you're great. You know why? Because I don't read YouTube comments really that much. But having to read live action comments on my Twitch while doing this series is a real test of patience.
We require more minerals.
You want another Zerg or stay Protoss OP? What? I got sniped again by Mr. Gamer More. I don't care. Or is this Mr. Gamer More? I don't even know. I don't. What did he ask me? You want Walter? Yeah, it's Mr. Gamer More. I want you to do whatever. And
We'll build an
stop
Evo
sniping me so
wall,
much.
and we'll make the Protoss pay for it.
I think I'm gonna increase my stream delay next time I stream this series. TGO, thank you for the $1 dono, man. Much love. Thank you.
We require more minerals.
18 pool, 20 gas. Just waiting. Transfer my drones to my natural. Check my mineral line saturation. Make queens at the same time. Queens are priority. Check my mineral lines. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, 3, 2. Fix that one. Put that at 1. Now it's 2 everywhere. Nice.
Twitch, be good to this man. He is a hero.
No, it's all good. Whenever you make content, people abuse your ass all the time. It's normal. It's just internet culture. It's expected. Thank you for the bits, though. I appreciate it.
Clearly a snipe. Go full long dong skirlong GM mode and throw next game.
This overlord's gonna die. Yeah, I don't know where a cliff is in this place. Thanks, guys, for the support.
Any thoughts on the new map pool?
Not right now. Not gonna discuss that right now. I don't mind them. The maps are fine so far. I don't know. I don't really have much of an opinion on them yet because I haven't genuinely played these maps yet. Like, playing fucking Platinum is not actually playing this game. So I have no opinion of balance on these maps at all. I have not played a GM game, honestly, in like 3 weeks because I'm doing B2GM series for so damn long. I do appreciate the support though, guys. I'm sorry. I'm literally just trying to keep my fucking patience right now. I'm starting to get annoyed. This series is taking it out of me. The amount of hurdles I have to keep climbing here repeatedly is, while also not playing serious is, it's exhausting. Okay, we're gonna make safety roaches. We're gonna take our third base as well.
We require more minerals. We spawn more overload. Not enough energy.
Safety roaches. Now we can make drones for the third base. Okay, he's attacking me with Void Rays. So we're making drones right now. Okay, we can tell one of these queens to go back and inject. And we can have another queen and drop a creep tumor. Make a Hydroden. Make a Evo chamber. Make a second gas in the main base. Spread our creep as well with our new fourth queen. This queen's now an injector.
Metamorphosis complete. Not enough energy.
So just to throw it out there, I feel like this is what's happening. This is why I'm getting more annoyed, is I feel like I just got sniped last game, and I know I got sniped again this game, and I think what I'm going to play is a turtle carrier player, and I think there's a good chance I'm going to die. We'll see. We'll see. Because again, Sir Gamer Moore is someone I've coached, and he's not platinum. Take another base.
Hey, I just realized I am watching live. Thanks for the series and your patience.
Thank you very much, Lundrell. Much love, dude. Thanks, man. Okay, let's make our creep. Keep making drones. He's attacking me with mass void rays. Okay, we're making hydras. We're just gonna let this base die. Let's transfer them somewhere else. Go ahead and rebuild.
This week I reached diamond thanks to you. Thank you for being a tireless teacher and for making me a much better player. Much love.
Oh yeah. Congrats, man. Congratulations. Okay, we're spending creep. We're trying to make hydras, but we are supply blocked again because things keep dying. There we go. Now we're actually making some fucking hydras here. Make more hydras. Make creep. Make hydras. Okay, now we have a good hydra count of 120 plus, so let's finish off our drone count to to 85. Just like before. Make drones to 85 supply of drones specifically. Let's make our infestation pit so we can go to a hive. This base is going to be fully saturated pretty fast, so let's go ahead and take another base as well while we're at it.
Ignore those fools. Thanks for all the great content.
No worries, dude. Thank you very much for the 5 granted 10. Okay, now we're at max supply of drones. We're good to go, so now let's go back to making army.
Our drones are under attack.
Go ahead and inject our bases, inject our bases, inject our bases. He's currently attacking our base. Let's go ahead and try and defend our base. A move the area. Get Carapace level 2. Get Hive. Our base is dead. Go ahead and rebuild it. Let's also get a couple overseers so we can actually scout the map on how many bases our opponent is on right now. And he also, my other drone died. I was trying to take another base up here, so let's take another base again. And just keep making army. And let's also kill these rocks too, because they're kind of in the way. Like it just weakens my defense to go back and forth between my bases. Take my changelings and run 1 on the left side, run 1 on the right side. Keep making creep wherever we can. I think we have a lot of creep at this point. We could probably tell this queen to become an injector. There's a ton of active creep. So let's leave the queen at the 4th base and eventually it will start injecting it. Okay, let's go ahead and make a few last overlords to get our supply to max. Transfer new drones to the new base we just made. And what is our Protoss opponent doing?
Love you, dude. Super nice series each year.
Zilla, thank you very much, man. That's fucking huge, dude. Thank you so much for the 100. You're a fucking boss. You're an absolute beast of a human. Thank you very much for the support. I can't, that's a lot, man. Thank you. I'm glad you like the series. Let's go ahead and make our creep, our creep, our creep, our creep, our creep, and our creep. And, okay, he's going carriers. So, we know he's got carriers, so let's go mass hydras. Okay, so our army's about to be fully spawned, so let's get our army out. It's wait for the last units of hydras we just made to pop out, and then we go attack. We have a hive tech, so let's get a level 3 weapon upgrade. And we can shortly after start level 3 armor as well. Let's get our hatcheries injected. Our hydras just spawned, so now let's get down to the bottom of the map and let's go attack. Here's a cool, this map is very unique, right? There's something cool about it. Okay, he's actually attacking us instead. Oh, maybe? Never mind. If he's over there, we don't got to worry about setting up a fight. Let's just go attack this base right now. Attack this base right now. And then shift, A move, shift, A move, shift, A move. Grab my overseers, follow my hydras with him, so in case he goes into like DTs or some shit, we're going to be able to see it. Let's get level 3 Carapace. And check out his army one more time. What is it? It's mostly carrier. So what are we going to do? We're going to make all hydras. Okay. Make our stuff from our hatcheries. Let's go ahead and take another base because we're already at a good point of our economy. And our bases are mining out, just like this one again. So we're going to need another place to send drones to, because this base is going to fill up pretty fast. Bases are filling quickly. We can make some creep, make some hydras, make some creep, 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 make some creep. Nice. Injector hatcheries.
Our forces hot enough energy.
And how's this going? Our army's still there. So let's go ahead this time and let's move the other side. Or let's group our army back up. Like click over here, and we'll go for the next side of the base. So let's go here, and let's A move, shift A move, shift A move.
Our forces are under attack.
Okay, drone count's still looking really good. Make a bunch of hydras.
Unacceptable.
Make a couple more overseers because I think my overseers might be dying right now. It's all good. What's his army look like again? It's lots of carriers still. He is making zealots every now and again, but it still is carrier focused. But the good thing for us though is he's actually losing bases. So that means that he's going to be falling into that hole, right? Where he's going to be hard for him now to keep up with us at this point. Like he's going to start dropping off a bit. And saturate our gases into space. Make more hydras.
Unacceptable command. We are at maximum supply.
Keep injecting our bases.
Are under attack.
We have a lot of larvae to work with. So yeah, I mean, it's same shit as always. Just keeping the rhythm going with our build. How's it going? Seems like it's going pretty good. It seems like our hydras are weathering the storm of carrier pretty much and doing a decent job.
Our forces are under attack. We must place that on creep. Mutation. Our forces are under attack.
Inject, 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 and creep, 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 creep. Repeatedly. How's this going again? Hydras are still doing alright. Okay, let's take our next round of hydras because we have a lot of Pier 2. Let's A move, shift A move, take some overseers and have them follow. Spreads creep again. Another round. Another wave. Another wave.
Mineral
We can
field
grab a queen
depleted.
and we can make maybe like another creep 2 right there so we can have it go down and around as well. Because we're kind of, the creep died on this side somehow.
Forces are under attack.
I think he's saying Alamo, like he's holding with disruptors and shit. You got this, dude. Guys, I honestly,
Forces are under attack.
I know a lot of you think it's like, I know a lot of you think it's cool that we're making a series and stuff like that, and I think it's great that you guys like it. But I would ask you, if you wouldn't mind, would you guys please stop sniping me? It's making it harder to make an actual series. Because a lot of times too, I'm getting sniped by people that aren't genuinely fucking the league I'm playing in. Okay, so where we died. Let's make another one.
Love you vibe. Great series.
Thank you, SF, for the 1,000 biddies. Much love. Spec creep again. And just keep it up, right? Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Hydras are all about to spawn. And we can A-move the main base. And we can follow a Hydra. GG. Okay, so we'll just speed through this one really fast. It's really just came down to the fact that our opponent opened up with voids. And he went for a super fast third. It's all good. And my hatchery ended up actually dying. Right here. Then he gets away. It's all good. What do? We don't freak out. We don't start making a bunch of units. I wanted to make some hydras when we had safety. But we got supply block for a moment there. Which kind of sucked. But we ended up being fine either way. Kills another hatchery. But I think that hatchery kill right there was definitely kind of hurtful to him. Just because he sacked an army to do it. And then it gave us momentum to a degree where we were able to actually just start pushing his base before carriers got out of control. Because the thing about carriers is if carriers get to a point where you have like 15, it's really hard to beat them with just straight up Hydra A move. Again, how do you beat that? It requires some micro. And we're not microing it now in Platinum, so we got fortunate that we actually broke the carriers before they got out of control, when he only had like 9 or something, or 8, instead of about 15. And then once the base starts breaking, right, it just comes down to the simple fact of the opponent's economy just starts dipping way too hard, and he'll never be able to keep up anymore, and he just dies. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it right there. Pretty much it. Disruptor's now shooting the Hydras. More Disruptors shooting the Hydras. More Disruptor shooting the Hydras. Some juicy Disruptor shots. And then our next army is coming in. It's just, it repeated, right? It just repeatedly keeps happening over and over and over and over and over and over. We just keep pushing the pressure on until our opponent cracks. So, ideal. It was ideal. We win the game. It was ideal. Okay, we got another game. Protoss player. Diamond player Protoss. Same map as last time.
We require more minerals.
Stinger natural. Okay, he's blocking my natural. Oh, never mind, not
We
anymore.
require more minerals.
Watch the probe, right? Where's the probe go? Fog of War? Is he coming out? Yes, he is. So he's not like taking a left and making cannons somewhere crap like that. And we're watching our hatchery pretty closely. Let's make our spawning pool. And then the probe disappeared again. He's over here. Let's make sure he didn't make a pylon like right here or something. Doesn't seem like it. Okay, probe's going back down. Still making drones. 5 SD, 5 SD, 5 SD.
Oh, yeah.
Asap, thank you very much, dude, for the gifted sub. Much love, dude. Crazy Critters, welcome to the stream. Welcome, dude. Send down 1 drone to my natural to check my mineral lines. 2, 2, 3, 2, 2, 2, 1. So grab the 3, put it on the 1. Fix that shit. Make sure we're good. Now we're good. Don't ever touch it again. For now. Okay, he's attacking us with a zealot. So we will drone micro right now against this zealot. When it starts attacking my drones, I can attack his zealot, and I can take a drone and mine it to the mineral patch when it takes damage. Just like that. Okay, he still killed a few drones there. He killed a total of 3. We're injecting our bases. So what I did was I allowed my drone to get hit, I clicked my drone, and then I mined the mineral patch away with it, so it ran away. trying to go mine minerals away from where the zealot is. And if he doesn't micro the zealot, it will actually get away. But he actually started microing the zealot, and he killed the drones that got away. So he ended up killing 3 with the zealot. It's okay. It's okay. Just, you know, don't let it distract you. Don't let it get to a point to where it, you know, fighting against the zealot is like causing you to not macro at all. That's definitely what you don't want to do. Okay, now we're making our overlords popping out in like 2 seconds. We're making all of our drones into, all of our larvae into drones. Let's go ahead and make our roach one and our evo chamber.
Yeah.
Lies, thank you for the 32-month resub. Welcome back. Lies. Let's go ahead and take our natural, or our third base rather. We're still making drones, and we can take our gases as well, because we have a lot more drones popping out in just a second here. Let's take our third base. And this base is looking good again. Okay, and now there's a probe in my base. It's all good though. Let's go ahead and put another creep tumor. Another creep tumor. Get roach speed and roach weapons. Transfer drones to the gas. And make safety roaches. So we didn't actually get to see what tech this guy's going for. We never saw his tech, so we're not really sure what tech it is. It could be anything. We don't know. But it's okay. Because we're playing the overall safe standard, right? It's okay. We're not going to worry too much about... Okay, it's adepts. So I've already been making safety roaches. And I have some more coming. Now he's here, so let's take my drones and let's run up. Let's run down. Take my roaches and go chase the shade. Or chase the new adept because I put it on a move. Take my drones and run away from the adepts. Now, he's not flooding with any more adepts than what's already in my base. So let's do this. Take my roaches and move some of them down to my natural and leave some of them at main, just like before. And now go back to making drones again. So this is less, okay, now there's a prism in my base. And what is that prism doing? He's warping in more adepts. Okay, so now he's actually committed to more adepts. So if he's going to do more adepts, let's go back to making roaches again. So another cool way you can do this is right-click at the rally point of your main into your main. Right-click the rally point of the natural into natural. Right-click the rally point of the third into the third. And notice how I already have roaches here, so if these adepts come in, they're just going to die. If these adepts come in, they're just going to die. Okay, this base is pretty well defended with roaches. Let's send a couple down to the third to reinforce the third base, because this base definitely doesn't have enough. Main's still looking pretty good. We can go back again now because we look pretty good here into making drones, and we can see there's DTs right there and they're swiping at us now. So let's do this. Run our shit away. Just run our shit away. How's this going? This is going okay. And now go back to the mineral line with the overseer. And then we can make another overseer here. And we can even make another overseer here. Just for now. Just for now. Go back to making drones again. And why are we making drones? Because this dude is all about attacking my economy. All about attacking my economy. He's not about killing my base or my units, really. He keeps trying to kill drones. And I already have a lot of roaches. I have fucking 17 or 15 roaches, so we're still pretty good. Let's make our second evo chamber and our hydrogen. Keep making drones. Keep making overlords. Let's fix our economies because this guy definitely disrupted us a bit, right? So let's put 3 drones on that gas, 3 drones on this gas. Rally to my third with all these excess drones. And why am I not making static D right now? I could have made static D, or I could have made spores. Or sorry, I could have made spores, which is static D, or I could have made overseers. The reason why I chose overseers over spores is because it's actually cheaper to make 3 overseers instead of like 3 spores and a bunch of spines. We will eventually make static D. It's going to happen, but I just didn't do it yet. I will instead do it after we have a good economy. We're prioritizing economy first over static D. Because we already have units to defend it anyways, we don't need static D as well. Okay, so let's take our gases here at this base. Keep making drones. Put a couple more drones in this base because it's undersaturated. Let's get ready to go to a hive as well because we want to keep upgrades rolling. Drone count is looking pretty good. We're at 73. So now that we actually went above 66 by a bit, it's okay. Now let's go in and start making some hydras. We're going to start making hydras now. With these overseers we made as well, how about we throw out some changelings with a couple of them and throw down some scouts across the map while we're waiting. Multi-purpose. So now we have a good amount of hydras. We're at 123 supply. And now let's go into saturating our 4th base that we just made. Transfer drones to it. Make drones all the way to like 85. We went up to 83, and now we're getting all in. So now let's take my units. Let's group them up, grab all these drones, and come up here. And let's start making hydras now. Let's also take another base up here because we're evacuating. So we're getting all in like crazy right now. Go ahead and make drones. Go ahead and make, alright, make injects, make injects. And you see how he backed off? Okay, so he's backing off. And now that he's being really aggressive, we're in the area, we're ready to defend. Now he's pushing me again. So, now let's go ahead and get ready to defend this.
Don't panic. It's
Not
the
panicking.
hardest thing if you are
move.
only plat like me.
Hey, move our drones in the situation because this is actually a really scary amount of Protoss. So our drones are coming to help, and our hydras and roaches are helping as well. And we're still making hydras and roaches because this is super all in. Let's pull our other round of drones here. This guy is super aggressive, right? Lots of shit here. Still move the situation. Okay, so we actually ended up winning that fight. Overall went pretty good for us. Drones can help a lot there, right? Now what are we gonna do because we just won that fight? Go back to making drones. Now here's a cool trick you can do. If you get fucked up really bad and lose a lot of drones, watch this. Look at my gas. I have more gas than minerals. This means I'm desperate. So how about all we do is we prioritize our minerals first now. This mineral economy management. I just took my drones off of gas and I put them all on minerals. So I have 0 drones mining gas now. Fully saturated main for whatever's left. Fully saturated natural. And now I'm fully saturating my 3rd. I am saturating my mineral lines as a priority. Making drones as well while we're at it. And I can still spread my creep while we're at it too. And now that I have good mineral lines, now I can re-rally my bases to their bases. I can keep making drones. And now I can actually start taking gases again. I can also take queens at these bases because I have no queens. I really need injects. So let's go ahead and put a couple drones on the gas. Put the excess on the gas. Put a couple drones on the gas. Okay, this base is done. Rally it to my natural. Put drones on the gas. Make drones still. We're getting back up to a good healthy amount of drones again. Put drones back on the gas. This base is over, so saturate my 3rd now with all these bases. Still making drones. We can make upgrades now to 3-3, or to 2-3 rather. Let's make a couple more changelings go across the map. Scout the Protoss again, just because we can. This base is fully saturated. Saturate my 4th. Transfer some drones that are extra on this base. Put drones on gas that are over. We just fixed our economy super quick. Okay? And now we're back into the safe round of units, or of drones again. Let's go ahead and make one more safety round of units just for a little bit of supply. Back up to like the 120 range. Go back to restarting what we were doing before. And now we're 120 plus. So now what are we going to do? We're going to fucking go ahead and expand it again. And we're going to drone up to 85 now. So now let's go ahead and keep doing that. Inject our hatchery, inject our hatchery, inject our hatchery. We're making roaches and hydras. He's still going ground army, so we're making roaches and hydras. And, sorry, we're making drones and then roaches and hydras. So what I mean is when we scouted this composition, we're still going to make roaches and hydras. So drone count is currently at 79. We're just 81, 83. We're just about there. 84. We're going for 85. Saturate these gases properly. And 85 drones. Let's saturate this base now with that, and grab a couple drones off this. Send one up here. Put the other one down here. Why? Because we only need to... Oh, actually, we need to take 2 off now. I fucked it up. So put another couple down there. Now we're good. Now I can make roaches and hydras and max out. And now when I max out this time, I will follow it up with static defense. And why am I going to do that? Because this dude fucking attacked me with DTs. So we need a few more overlords to get to max out supply. We can drop a couple more changelings again and go scout the map one more time. We're still just waiting to figure out what's going on. We need to get hydra speed. We actually never got that. Inject, inject, inject. Make units, make units, make units. Keep spreading my creep wherever I can. We need another queen as well really badly to spread creep. We took a lot of damage this game, right? So I have another queen spawning here pretty soon to spread creep with. And now we're maxed out. We just maxed out. So wait for these units to come out of the max. Wait for them to spawn. We can kill these rocks in the meantime because it will... Okay, that makes it harder to defend my base. Carapace just finished, so let's start another one. And units are all spawning like right now. The last units we have coming out are spawning in just a second. And finally they're here. So now let's go ahead and attack the Protoss' most exposed base. Let's move down here and get our army like in the location to get ready to attack it. And now while we're attacking, what are we going to do? Let's go like this. Spore, spine, spine. 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 Now take my army, A move, shift, or just A move this one base because it's so exposed. Just A move the one base by itself. Now I can take my army again and go like this. Make a couple, or my larva to make a couple drones here, make a bunch of drones here, just slam out a big wave. And now my drone count's back up to fixed again. And now if this guy attacks me with DTs, I'm not going to take any damage from it anymore. Let's fix my my creep. Make more creep, and at the same time fix my natural drone that's messed up. And let's actually just take another space because we're actually oversaturating all our bases now pretty much. Now take our army, and let's go out and attack again. Let's go like this. Half my army go here, green box a good chunk of my army, and half my army come up here. This way we're going to attack from this location and from this location. While this army waits, how about I just kill these rocks? Because it'll increase my engage here. Okay, he's got Colossus. So now we can take our army and we can go like this. A move, shift A move, shift A move. Grab some overseers, follow Hydra. Grab some overseers, follow Hydra. Make roaches. Make hydras. Make larva injects. Make creep. Make creep. Make creep. Make creep. 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 So our opponent wet noodled right there. He went super all in, and then he rebounded slowly, and we wet noodled him pretty hard right there at the end. So what was he at in supply when we actually took the fight there? Excuse me. He's at about 127 supply, right when we take the fight. Or this is right around the time we take the fight, but we're setting up right now. He's actually like 130. And look at this. He sends DTs up to a base, right? And look at these spines. He's actually walking DTs in the middle of the middle line. He's not on A move, he's on move command. So my spines are getting a bunch of free damage. And my spines overall get overpowered because it's fucking 6 DTs, which is a lot. So the spines might have actually even been 7 because I think 2 might have died right there. Either way, there's a lot of DTs. So what would I do? I would just fucking make new drones again. Put them down to this base. I would probably expand again because we're also losing a base now. And then, you know, like if I noticed it as well, I could just run the drones away. Meanwhile, the Protoss is getting massively overpowered here. So he dies. He doesn't have enough supply. But now if these DTs that are weakened and no longer as much as high in numbers as they were before, if these DTs go to the next base, this base has a higher chance to kill them. Also, if I notice it, I can grab my drones and I can A-move the DTs and surround them around the spines. So I can just add more damage to it and keep them in place while the spines just poke their ass. So yeah, it's all good. It's all good. But overall, Protoss just didn't have enough, right? Didn't have enough. And let's go back to the early game because this is kind of important. Early game was pretty important. Our opponent was going for Warp Prism, Multi-Prong DT pressure. Or, yeah, DT and Adept pressure. So he has Adepts in my base. Again, this is a point right here where I want to elaborate and to make sure you guys understand. I told you never to leave the shade, chase the shade. I told you to never chase the shade while your other mineral line is exposed, right? And I said we're going to chase the shade, so it makes it sound like I'm not going to chase the shade, but what I did was I A-moved towards where the shade was going. But if my roaches are already fighting where the Adepts are, they're going to kill the Adepts first and then chase the shade after the Adepts disappear. And if the Adepts cancel their shade, then they're just going to keep fighting the Adepts because they're already A-moving in the area where it is. So the Adepts leave, and then our roaches go up here. We run our drones away for a second, where we don't have enough roaches right now. As we make more, we relocate. We put half in the main, half in the natural, and we're just waiting. And we're chilling. Protoss player actually just goes down to my third and kills my queen. It's all good. We send roaches down there to defend it eventually.
Hey Vibe,
Hi.
What micro are you looking forward in Diamond? Stutter step bio? Ling surrounds? I'm not sure what TOS does for micro. Cheers.
Oh, there's a burn right there. Basic micro for all 3 races. It's going to be like simple shit. It's going to be like what I mean by that is our composition is going to be not too elaborate. And we're going to utilize our composition in ways that make sense, in ways that we can actually like start taking advantage of our opponent There's simple concepts that might feel a little bit hard to do at first, but then it'll be much easier to get that down rather than being like, okay, now we're in Diamond League. Now we're going to start using Infestors and Vipers, and we're also going to use a whole other range of units. We're going to use Corrosive Bile as well, and what I want you to do every time we take a fight is I need you to fungal them, and then I need you to then Blinding Cloud them, and then while they're fungaled and Blinding Clouded, I then need you to set up a line of Ravagers that are currently burrowed, unburrow them, and then throw a bunch of Corrosive Biles at the army while reapplying Fungal Growth again so they can't run away. Like, it's not going to be shit like that, right? It's not going to be like fucking let's be super elaborate and ridiculous with our compositions and do like multiple spellcasters. It is not going to be like that. It's going to be like, let's attack him on the left and the right.
I love this game so much, and a lot is thanks to this area. It gives so much joy in my life. Big thanks, Vibe.
Yo, joking. Thank you very much for the the $50 dono. Much appreciated, dude. I'm glad you like the series. I'm glad you're enjoying it. And, dude, I can't thank you enough for the fat donation, man. Much love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate you. So our roaches are guarding the main, our roaches are guarding the natural. We can send some more roaches now to guard the third, because this one spawned by itself and just got fucking owned, so we sent a couple more reinforcements to help. But we still left some roaches in the middle line here, so if he shades away, it's not like an exposed middle line. And then he sends DTs in the main base. And this is when we make Overseers, because Overseers are much faster than Spores, and they're cheaper as well. And relative speaking of minerals, and we don't really have a gas problem right now, but we're going to have a mineral problem because he's fucking my economy up, and we need to fix our minerals first. Again. And then he follows us up with a 2-base all-in, right? Which comes up a bit later. But look at the supply already. Look at the supply already right now. Supply is definitely in favor of us. And this is one of those moments where I got caught with my pants down making a ton of drones. This is what I mean by you can always, if you get caught with your pants down at the worst time ever, where you already have 73 fucking drones, and you just made a round of safety hydras, and just before your opponent gets to your base, you make drones again? I think we make drones again, do we? Yeah, we just made 10 fucking drones right here. Like, I didn't see it, right? I was like, oh, shit. We were going for the 85 drone count. Oh, dang it. I just made 10 drones right as he's charging my hatchery. It's okay. I mean, yeah, you might die. It could happen. But I would rather you die like this than be the guy that right now has 37 drones as well, and you've just been making roaches the entire time off of a crappy ass economy on like not even fully saturated 2 bases, which is what this is, by the way. This is a terrible economy. So he caught us with our pants down. We have 37 probes for him, and we already have 73 drones plus another 10 right now. That's really bad. But all we do is we just run away. He actually also force fields me and locks in a lot of my units here. It was a good force field. So I can't actually run away. My units are dying like idiots. So that was really good by Protoss. That was a great timing to attack me. He's definitely fucking me up. But even though I got messed up that hard, I still hold. It was close, I'm not gonna lie. It was definitely pretty close. But there was a lot of mistakes there for us. And we still managed to live. It just goes to show you, if you efficiently make units, even if they're all drones and incorrect, you can still win. Because I pulled all my drones from these 2 bases and fought this with my rest of my army, and we won the fight. And I didn't micro a single unit. I just A-moved his ass and just watched it. Like, I wasn't watching the fight. I was macroing during the fight. I was making sure every time we had money in larva, make a unit, 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 make a unit. That's why my hedges aren't going up in waves. They're going up in singles. And the drones got pulled. I A-moved the drones. And ultimately, at the end of the day, when that fight was over, it comes to a conclusion. Prism ends up dying to hydras that were rallied on the side. And everything dies for Protoss. And I just lost 71 drones. I've just lost 71 workers throughout this game now. 71 fucking drones have died. And you want to know the crazy part? Our economies are somewhat similar after that.
Oh,
and this is when I say, if you take, this is why, like I was talking about, if you take some serious damage and you realize you have way more gas.
B2GM 2019 got me through some tough times. Better times now, but B2GM is still here for me. Ty Vibu less than 3.
Yo, EMCG Plays, thank you very much for the 8. I'm sorry you were having tough times, man, but thank you very much for, you know, subbing and supporting the stream. And, yeah, I'm glad things are going better for you, dude. Much love. But like, you see how I'm mining almost the same amount of gas as I am minerals? This is not ideal, right? What's our goal right now? Fix the fucking economy. And what does that cost? Pure minerals. So if I kept mining gas, and if I also kept mining gas, it makes no sense. This is 8 drones that could be mining minerals right now. It could boost my economy so much more. Also, we need to fix that. And that's exactly what we do. So watch how fast our economy goes like right back up into a high drone count range. We fix it super quick. We instantly fully saturated our natural. We quickly start saturating our third base. And now look at the drone count. Within just like 20 seconds or 30 seconds of the fight ending, I'm already matching my opponent's economy again in terms of drone count to probe count. But look at the mineral income. I'm crushing him, right? Look at his gas and look at his minerals. Unless he's making high Templars to make Archons with, his economy sucks balls. He does not need to be mining 700 gas a minute if he can barely make probes right now. So if he's going to expand again, definitely might want to prioritize that minerals a bit more, right? He's falling behind now. We're taking a much better economy than our opponent. And now that we're fully saturated on 3 bases, now we can start fixing our 3 base gas, because now we can actually spend our gas properly again after taking a massive hit right there. So look how fast we just recovered drone count. Our opponent has not even made a single fucking probe since the fight happened. He has not made 1 probe. And we have not only lost 71 drones, but we're back up to 60 plus again. Our opponent's finally made 2 probes since the whole fight has happened. He literally did that all in off 37 probes. He's now at 39. We're at 70 again. And then we go back now that we're at like 66. We were at 66 plus drones. As you can see right here, we were at 66 plus drones. So we made a round of Hydras to go back to 120 supply, just like we normally do. And then we go back into drones again. And then we quickly take ourselves to 80 plus range, which is now doubling our opponent's economy. So now our opponent, and look at the supply. We're doubling his supply. So even though I got massively destroyed early game, we recovered super fast. And now our opponent has no chance from this point on because he's so far behind. And I'm not saying as well, I'm not also saying that you always have to take drones off of gas to fix your economy. I'm just saying this game particularly, it made sense because I had like no drones on economy. It was like 500 or 600 minerals mining a minute and 500 gas mining a minute. That was really bad. And if I'm going to make drones for the next like 2 minutes, yeah, we should probably just go pure minerals again. And we're back here again where the Protoss just doesn't have enough. He's got a bunch of Colossus, a bunch of Destructors, and he just dies. Okay, whoa, okay. I didn't honestly think that was going to be the promo game, but it was. Oh, shit, dude. Macro. Macro does all. Macro wins everything. Macro king. Well, there you go, guys. That was the last game of our no micro set for Zerg. So now we are going to start microing in Diamond. Oh, we also are now going to open ourselves up to more builds that Zerg can do in Diamond. We're going to start talking about more builds now, because we can, if we can actually micro, we can actually properly do more builds. So yeah, the learning, the beginning stage, the beginner aspects of StarCraft 2 are now over, and now we're going to a bit more of the intermediate section of StarCraft 2. So guys, get ready. Diamond League coming up next in the next video. So yo, thank you guys for watching. Thanks for sticking with me so far. Hope you guys have enjoyed the series. Hope it's helping you in some way, in one way or another. But much love. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Till then, take it easy, and good luck in your games. Peace, guys.